Hey everyone, welcome back to the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. I am what's known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. My name is Spencer. Not Babe, unless you're Dan.
On my shirt.
I am a little bit sick today, so please forgive my voice. But joining me today are the investigators, Dalton.
Hello, I'm Dalton. I'm investigator number orange, and I'm playing Marvin Martin. Dan?
Yeah, hi, I'm Dan O'Kane, or I guess Dan Wanamaker. I'm playing as myself, and I hope that if I die, no, wait. I don't.
It's okay.
If I die in the game, I
You
don't
can
want
hope
to
that
die.
you die.
That's what. Justin,
What? I'm Justin.
introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Justin.
We've done this how many weeks now?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Justin. I'm the blue investigator playing Leo Quinn. All of my pronouns are he, him. Make it easy on everybody. I play a totally not so legitimate businessman. I'm a gangster.
Next up, Purple Ashley.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley. All of my pronouns are also she, her. I'm playing Irene Whitmore. She is a dilettante, which is a fancy word for saying she's a trust fund baby and lives off of her parents' income and dances and engages in culture for fun because she's rich and she can afford to do that. But she's been fun to play. I've enjoyed it.
And of course, we have Christian.
Yeah, my name is Christian. I'm playing Butcher Blevins, who is a butcher. It's pretty on the nose, I know.
Wait, his name is actually Butcher, like first name Butcher.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
First
we
name
found it.
Butcher,
I
last
mean,
name
it
Blevins.
was the destiny, but if you're from birth was to be this for him to be a butcher, but he is smuggled on the side. It's just a front because behind the scenes, he has smuggled for some very shady dealers, and got himself involved in the SEU.
Society
yeah.
for the Exploration of the Unexplained.
Exactly. I mean, some people don't even know what it stands for. It's that secretive. But you do. I mean, you're the keeper of arcane lore.
I know.
It's a secret. Even I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Well, to catch everybody up, Marvin, can you give us a recap from your radio broadcast on what happened last time?
Yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in to Marvin's Martian Missives, coming at you out of where the hell are we?
Currently you're in
Upstate New York.
Rox's Corner.
Upstate New York.
No, we're in Massachusetts. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Ross's
coming
Corner,
at you from
Massachusetts. Yep.
from Massachusetts. What state is Massachusetts? The
Massachusetts.
rebel state?
Massachusetts. No.
He's got kind of like a tail.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's-
states have
yeah, it's Cape
they have like
Cod.
mottos. Like Ohio is the Buckeye State, California is the Golden State,
I think they're the lobster state.
Lobster State.
Lobster.
It's Maine.
I don't know.
It's the
I've
Red
never
Sox.
That's Maine.
You weirdo.
They're the state of revolution.
Anyway, we
The
last
Bay State.
the which state?
The Bay, like
The
BAE,
Bay State?
or
BAY.
Yeah,
BAY.
that makes sense because Cape Cod's right there.
Yeah,
it's the BAE state.
based.
That's official now.
It's a Bay State.
Real quick at the very back to remind all the listeners, Marvin and his trusty crew. That's right, Marvin is in charge. He's the leader. They all received letters. They all received letters to go meet up with some dying old man that it doesn't really matter. I've never met him before in my life. But he let us know about some ritual summoning shit he did in a creepy basement. and we all needed to go reseal the thing because he was worried that his death would free whatever creature him and his weird group of friends summoned back in a few decades ago. We did some research in a library. We met a very stubborn professor who would not let us read his cool books.
Dr. Henry Armitage.
Yep. And then we left to go find this farmhouse and found our way in a small little hamlet, village, holler, whatever.
Yep, population of 40.
Yeah, population
Process
40.
corners.
Not many people. Everybody we met seemed pretty wary of us there, which makes sense. We're a bunch of weirdos coming into their little town, asking around about a weird abandoned property that they probably didn't like the sight of. We were followed along the way by some guy who says he's a butcher. Got chased down by him on the way to this house, and now here we are. We went in the house. Not like some weird markings and stuff were around, but really, there's just a homeless guy in the basement. That's it so far. And I think that Dan, Butcher, and Leo were about to go beat up a homeless guy. I think that's where we left off.
You know, I don't like the way that you're phrasing it, but it's also not wrong.
And that's where we left off. Before we go any further, let's do our get to know you question. Can somebody roll me a dice of 250? 87. Perfect. The question for today is, what energizes you about your career?
Money.
Leo's energized by money in his businessman career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
Just and when I say it like that, just read it in your head, hear it in your head like Mr. Krabs says it.
Money.
That's what I thought.
I like being able to work whenever I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But does Dan in the 1920s get to do that? We don't have the internet then.
Typewriters.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like writers still like could,
Work from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had clients.
Oh, what energizes Irene about her career?
You know what? She just loves doing what she loves to do for a living,
Dance.
and that's partying off of her parents' money. It's a great career.
Butcher, what about his career? What energizes him about him?
Well, I gotta say, ripping up a carcass really feels good, when you're stressed out. You start just chopping up a carcass, and it feels, it puts the whole world into perspective.
I'm trying to shake off serial killer vibes. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, eating meat seems to normally calms
we
me
all
down
are,
too.
Spencer. We all are trying to shake off the serial killer vibes right now. What was just said. I feel like I need an adult.
He's following you guys, and
I used to be scared of Leo.
Leo's scary for
that.
very normal reasons.
Nah, Leo's not scary.
I don't know. You might need Butcher by the end of the night. Anyways,
Marvin,
Dalton, what about Marvin?
Marvin, he finds so much joy in telling the world and people about the definitely real aliens that are all out there, and he loves to get the truth out there, and that's enough for him, is knowing that more people are educated about the true realities of the world and what things are going on out there in space.
Wonderful. So with that, we can kind of pick back up where we were talking about where we left off. So currently, Butcher, Dan, and Leo, you're with this homeless man that you found in the basement with his belongings upstairs. Marvin and Irene currently upstairs, kind of like guarding like the doors and whatnot. But he initially attacked Dan, or tried to. Dan was able to kind of dodge out of the way, but he dropped the kind of like wooden stake, like pole that he had, and he kind of backed up, and his back is like up against these shelves and just kind of mumbling to himself. He's kind of scared out of his wits. So I believe we were going in turn order, and we have all of the turn orders up currently. And Irene, you're still upstairs. Were you gonna do anything or just kind of remain upstairs?
Irene was just planning on calling down and saying, "Hey, I'm up here if you guys need anything." And is there any sort of blunt object I could arm myself with up here on this level, this main level?
Sure. There's the walking stick that was on the table.
Great, I'll grab that.
Cool. There's also this kind of like thicker, like wooden, like bar that you use to bar the door.
I'll stick with the walking stick, and I'll just kind of post out at this table here. I figured I'd hear someone coming up the stairs, so.
Cool. I believe in the weapons category, it'd be like a small club is what I would roll that as. So if it comes up, I would just use it, as a small club.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, Leo's up next. So you Butcher, Dan are down here. The homeless, the hobo, it's kind of like he's kind of like freaking out. He's not looking at you guys. He's just kind of mumbling and kind of like his eyes darting around and such. So
We have rope.
yeah, sure.
All right. Do I have the rope?
Would your character reasonably have rope on him right now?
Wait,
No.
I think I bought rope.
Huh?
Wait, no, I didn't buy rope. I bought a lantern.
There would probably be rope in the farmhouse basement.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna grab some rope, and I'm gonna try and just tie this dude up.
Okay.
I'm gonna sling my. So I guess technically now we're saying that the Lewis gun is no longer readied for our purposes of in-game play.
Yeah.
It's slung along my back, and I'm gonna grab some rope, and I'm gonna try and, I don't know, is that like a brawl check?
I'm gonna say it's a fighting maneuver. Because fighting maneuvers are like disarming an opponent, knocking them to a floor, or seizing and holding them. So I'm gonna say to tie up this opponent, that's gonna be a fighting maneuver. And
Okay.
just like any other kind of combat, he gets to fight back or dodge, and he's probably gonna dodge. So I'm gonna roll for his dodge, and
Guess I'll roll for the fighting brawl.
yes.
Roll 20 really just goes out of its way to make your life harder, I feel like sometimes. So people who design roll 20 make the dice behave better. You jerks. So I failed. Luckily I didn't fumble, but I definitely failed.
He got an extreme success on his dodge. So
You slippery hobo.
yeah, he slips out of the way of you trying to get him all tied up with the rope. So I'm gonna go ahead and move your character real quick because I like to think that you moved a little bit closer, and he probably like dodged out of the way, and he's like over here now. So, next up, let's go to Marvin, who's upstairs.
Yeah, I am upstairs. And I was just kind of posting watch up here. Did you say there was an upstairs to this place?
There is. So they're in this room over here. There's a trapdoor leading to the attic.
That's right. That's right. Good to know, but I'm still just going to be posted up like outside this door in case anybody shows up.
No worries. I'm trying to see. You have to be of a certain height to like get up there. Or you can. It appears you can definitely use a ladder to get up there. Oh, if you're size 90, you can reach. You can reach the trap door, but like if you're not size 90, you'd have to get a ladder.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not trying to go into the creepy attic all by myself. So
got it. Cool. Anyways,
And none of us are Yao Ming, so.
so okay, so you're posing up by the door, trying to watch if he's gonna do anything.
yeah,
So-
I shout down like if you guys are good or need help, call.
Sure.
But
So, it's now the hobo's turn, and he is freaking out. He was already scared beforehand, and then all of a sudden, Leo comes over with some rope and tries to like rope him up, and he like dodges out of the way. So he dodges past Dan, and just starts sprinting up the stairs.
Oh no.
And when he gets up
Watch
here, he's
out,
probably going to
guys.
see Marvin. So he's going to start running for the back door. Butcher?
Huh. Is there? So Dan has a lantern. With that lantern where Dan's positioned, am I able to see the rest of the room? To be able to see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. You want me to kind of describe like what's down here real quick?
Yeah.
With the lantern, you're able to kind of see. You see that the cellar is small and has a low ceiling. You feel like it's a little bit claustrophobic. The floor is hard-packed earth, and it's a little bit cooler because it's the basement. It just smells of dirt and dust. There's a pair of chairs over here with like a missing leg resting on its side. Let's see. On the shelves are cans and boxes holding the long-spoiled remains of foodstuffs. There's also just like other things of like tea and a silver tea set that looks tarnished, some cast iron pots. On the lowest shelf, you can see it probably looks like liquor. Since you're kind of like in the middle of the room, you can even see like back here, there is a ladder back here that's just kind of like standing off to the side. As well as what looks to be a pile of lumber, and let's see, a bundle under an oiled tarpon, which is right here.
Right. So nothing out of the ordinary.
No.
So Butcher's going to go just follow up the steps pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Or as quick as he can. Trying to get past moving past Dan to follow the hobo.
Homeless. Yeah.
To see where they're headed. Make sure that the other two are safe.
Yeah.
Now, how much movement would I have here in turn order?
I would say you're able to get to pretty close to like right behind Robert, probably. Like if you wanted to do anything like a fighting maneuver or anything with him, you could probably do that.
Okay.
Or talk to him. Either way.
Could I attempt to grapple or to like
Yes.
grab a hold of him and like
Exactly
put him in
what
a chair next to him?
Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah.
what Justin just did. So you'd be doing a fighting
Right.
brawl. And he's probably just gonna dodge.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So I have pretty good skill in that.
That's good. He rolled pretty bad.
Okay, well, that's not a great roll. Second. Yeah, that fails.
It fails. His failed too. He got like a 93. So I believe if it fails, I'm double checking if they dodge. We'll see it dodging. Your attacker needs to achieve a higher level success than you. Okay, so because you didn't achieve a higher level success, it does not work. So unfortunately, you try to grab him, and he is a slippery homeless man. Slips right out of your grip. But
hobo.
Dan, it's your turn. I know you're slower, but you were closer to like the amount of distance they've had to move compared to you. You can make it to him as well if you want to do anything or whatever you'd like to do.
I mean, do we really care about this guy? Or just let him go, you know? I mean, he's obviously going through some shit. I say we let him go. I'm not going to do anything. And I just like, I run up.
You run upstairs? Okay.
I'm just like, guys, just let him go. Just let him go. Like, he's not a demon. He's a dude.
What if he's
and he saw some shit. Or he's got like rabies or some shit. I don't know. But like, just let him go.
All right, with that, we come back to Irene. Irene, you now see this homeless person run out of the basement, being chased by Butcher, trying to catch him. Dan just saying, let him go, let him go. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him go. I'm just gonna sit at the table. I'm gonna be like, all right, everybody's in one piece. Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Leo, we're back to you. You can make it up the stairs to him. What do you want to do?
Whatever. This crazy transient. He probably saw Satan in that basement. You know what? I'm out of here. Walking
Everybody's
upstairs.
letting him go?
You know what?
What if he is Satan?
Can I tackle him?
Yeah, that'd be another fighting maneuver.
All right, I'm gonna fight him. Maneuver.
Just letting you guys know,
Come back here, you hobo.
If you wanted to calm him down, you could do a psychoanalysis roll to try to talk to him.
That's not gonna work for my character.
Yeah.
So you're
I
gonna
failed again.
Okay. Yeah, he got a success. So
This is with this greased up.
Is he
All right.
He's all
formerly a mechanic or something?
Just let him go.
All right. Well,
go.
before
That's
we get to
right.
Red Jake, Marvin. I know you're guarding the front door. He seems to be making a break for the back door. He is slipping out of everybody's grip.
Just
Maybe he has like tons of layers on, and everybody keeps pulling off a different layer.
No, he's just greased up.
yeah.
He's just a greased up transient.
Since
covered
they're upstairs, quick
Bacon grease.
Quick question
From
for
the
Leo
beans.
and Butcher. Did you guys leave the keys in the car, or do you? Or you guys?
Oh no,
have
he
your
has
keys?
his keys.
You have your keys, Butcher. You have your keys.
I left the keys in the car because I was about to get shot out and I had to take cover behind it.
That makes sense. Well, I don't have any training in psychoanalysis, and I don't think I'd be able to calm him down with a 1% chance of success.
Hey, I do. Shit. Whoops.
If I were to like get on the other side of him
Yeah.
and like not try to grab him or like
Just block.
tackle him, but like just try to block him and get in his way.
Yeah, I would reason that he doesn't have an escape route, because if you didn't go right there and his next turn was next turn, I would say he's able to kind of like run out the back door, and if you guys want to pursue him, then we'd initiate like a chase. But since you're kind of like on the other side of him, I would say that he can't escape now.
Okay. That's what I'll try to like. I see him running up the stairs and like people running after him, and like as he climbs up the stairs, I run past him, get on the other side, and try and block his way out.
Yeah.
So he can't get anywhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. When it gets to his turn, he kind of like sees you block the way. He kind of like looks back and forth, and he just curls up into a fetal position and starts like just like murmuring and muttering. So he's on the ground right now, just like muttering to himself. And it's Butcher's turn.
Butcher is going to attempt to talk to the man and ask what's your problem? Have you seen anything out of the unordinary? And he readies his like, what is it? Sorry.
Cleaver?
Medium knife? Cleaver?
Lever.
I think it's a medium-sized knife.
Perfect.
I have it written down here.
He's already incredibly frightened. Why don't you give me an intimidation check to kind of scare the information out of him?
Sure.
Oh.
And that is... Let's see here. Intimidate. That's a success.
Perfect. Put a check mark. You hear him like whimper, like he puts his hands up and he's like, please, there. I was just trying to get away from the monster.
So can I respond back, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of on a combat now. If nobody's going to attack him or do anything, he's on the ground in a fetal position. We can just kind of like open up the dialogue with however you guys want to proceed. So
Yeah.
he kind of squeals back. I was just trying to hide from the monster.
Where did you see the monster at?
Look, I just found this house yesterday. I was traveling, but all of a sudden I heard strange noises, and then I tried to get away. I ran to the woods. I was running, but then it got, I don't know, it got closer and closer. It smelled like just rotting meat, and then I think it heard something else in the woods because it left me. I came back here during the day and I was about to get my stuff, and that's when everybody else, you all showed up.
Did it touch you? Did it do anything? Do you feel different?
No, I don't think so.
Show us on this doll where it touched you.
It didn't probe you? You're sure? Aliens normally probe things.
It alien?
Yeah.
You think it was an alien?
I know it was an alien.
I don't know. I couldn't even see it. It was like it wasn't even there.
Classic alien camouflage situation.
It's gonna kind of burst into this situation and be like, y'all are scaring the poor guy. You can see he's in the fetal position on the ground. And she's just gonna kind of kneel by him and like put a hand on his shoulder but she's gonna kind of regret it because he's
Greased up.
He's
a
stinky.
little dirty.
He was able to slip out of everybody's grasp, so yeah, you kind of pat his shoulder or whatnot, and he goes, "Oh, thank you."
What this monster look like?
Like I was saying, I couldn't see it. It was, well, it was. All I know is it just smelled awful, like something died, and it had a piercing shriek, like a scream.
How big was it?
I don't know. I couldn't see
Didn't
it.
see it.
Well, I do have a trained nose for rotten meat. I mean, I have to, or else I'll sell some of that shit to some of my customers, and that's not good for business.
Speaking of which, there's not a smell roll, right?
I
I don't know. Detect hidden?
Detect him, maybe. Spot him.
Maybe.
I don't really think that the smell of rotten meat is hidden.
Yeah, so it might just be like, I don't know, whatever you think
Track.
the appropriate, like,
There's a track.
There's a track. Okay.
Ah.
there's a track
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a track roll, Butcher?
Well, this definitely isn't gonna end well. It's 10%.
Angel God.
You could always push it.
Oh no!
Spend luck.
And luck for
Spend luck.
it.
Luck. Okay, that's true. That's true. Luck
It's
is
only
great
one.
here.
It's only 1 point.
I will spend 1 point of luck. Wow.
Spend
That's
6,
kinda
get
funny,
the
actually.
critical
Great
success.
use of your luck.
It won't work out until it does.
Wait.
Yeah, so if you spend the luck to succeed,
Yeah.
maybe you're like saying I have a good nose, and you kind of like do a sniff in the air just to prove it. You then detect a faint smell of rotting like flesh from upstairs.
Oh, I forgot there was an attic here. But I certainly am getting a trail. That monster's up above us.
Certainly too short to reach that trap door. You think we can find a ladder somewhere?
Probably in the basement.
Probably grab one of these. Oh, yeah, there's probably a ladder in the basement. I did see a ladder in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's literally right there.
So I'll grab the ladder with Dan.
Ooh. Let's see here.
Boop, grab this ladder, walking back upstairs. Boop, boop, boop,
Sorry,
boop.
let me give you
Gangster
this.
and the writer having an adventure.
But before we go upstairs, I was going back through the journal and stuff. Can I look in the fireplace?
Yeah.
Was it recently being used, or is it safe to kind of like root around in the?
It was recently used. But the embers are kind of like long, like definitely from like last night. Like as the homeless man is kind of like recalling his story. You kind of put together like, oh, he spent here last night. This is probably his fire that he kind of put in.
Is there like a iron poker or something that I can just like poke around in there, see if there's anything that's not like wood or coal or ash, or like see if I can make it any writing on the inside of it or anything?
There's not any pokers, but there's the walking stick.
You can use my stick.
Isn't that made of wood?
Yeah, but it's not actively burning right now in the fire.
All right, sure.
You like poke around in the embers and stuff like that, but nothing out of the ordinary kind of like pops out at you. It's
Okay.
just some old embers.
There's
Yeah.
no writing or anything on or in the fireplace anywhere?
I mean, you might notice like above, like, cause like along all the entrances and windows are like the protective wardings. You might notice there's like a few on the inside, like up, like going out the chimney, but that's it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Proceed going upstairs, I guess.
You guys, so I gave you control of the ladder. So it's this token right here that you should be able to move and such. So if you want to move it to like right here, this is where the trapdoor is and everything.
I'd
Uh,
like to ask.
not it. I'm not going up first.
All right. Leo's gonna ready his his Lewis gun again. Yeah. All right, hold it still, and give me that. Give me that lantern.
You hear the homeless man go, You're not going up there. That's where the creature's at.
I thought
a
you
monster.
said it ran into the woods.
No, but I think it lives here. I was just trying to get my stuff to get out.
You should be more clear next time.
All right, so what are we gonna do? We just gonna burn the house down and send him off to hell where he came from? This is also a good strategy.
Think that would work?
I mean, fire usually works on stuff, right?
The cleansing fires fueled by our Lord Jesus Christ will get rid of this thing.
Can I do an occult check to see if that would remove the protective runes that would allow it to escape?
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
yeah, you should probably do that. Out of character. Leo is a devout Catholic and knows nothing about this.
Yeah, because we might
Letting
just
him take
set
the
it
lead
free.
is probably a bad decision.
Okay. I am going to spend 5 luck points to make that a success.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Using your occult knowledge of these signs and words, you know that like it wouldn't send the creature back. Probably, it would probably just get rid of the wards, keeping it here.
Oh. All right, well, maybe the cleansing fires of Jesus Christ are not the right answer for this.
Root
So,
around this first floor.
The
So
first
what do you
floor?
and your Satanism know about what's going on?
Who are you asking that,
Well,
Justin?
Butcher.
Oh, okay.
Butchie.
Well,
You know about Satan, apparently.
I wouldn't say Satan exactly, but you know,
That's not Jesus Christ, I know that.
Definitely not Jesus Christ. If we set the thing on fire, we potentially just set it free, which could cause many more issues for the surrounding area. And
So how do we defeat it?
Well,
You knew this.
go up there. We don't have much room. We gotta play this real tight. But I
mean,
think
if-
that's the play.
If fire's not going to work, I'm very hesitant about bullets.
Irene, you said you were searching the first floor just for stuff?
To look for those magical accoutrements that they mentioned in the journal that they left in the house.
Sure.
Ooh.
Searching the first floor, you don't really see anything that like kind of matches the description that were in the letters and such. But you could check the basement as well.
I would like to do that.
Cool. Going
Now
down the
that there
stairs.
is not a hobo there.
Yeah, going down the stairs. It is dark. Are you gonna take the lantern that Dan had, or take Dan with you?
Yes, I'm going to take Dan with me.
Dan, are you gonna go with her down
Sure.
into the basement? Cool. So looking down the basement, a lot of the things that I mentioned before with Christian, when Butcher was looking down here, are down here. You see mostly like spoiled food reserves on the top upper shelves, but on the bottom ones, some good liquor. You notice like a lumber pile here, the old tarpon. Sorry, I'm trying to. TARPAULIN, oil tarpon with a
Tarpaulin.
bundle underneath.
Tarp.
Tarp.
What's underneath the What's the bundle?
Yeah. As you kind of remove the tarp, you find an expensive looking travel trunk. The straps are fastened and the latch is secured.
I asked Dan to help me haul it up the stairs.
Yep.
And I grab a bottle of booze with me.
You do so.
There.
All right. If that's the case, I'm going back to the car real fast to go get my crowbar.
Cool.
I give everyone shots of booze while we wait for Leo to come back to pry this trunk open.
Comes back in, slams the shot, sticks the. I mean, because we don't have. I mean, oh yeah. Do we have a key? We have a key, right?
We were given.
The key was for the house,
Yeah.
I thought.
The trunk is only like it's only strapped. Like it's not like locked up. It's just like the straps are like tightened around it, you know?
Oh, okay. We'll just
Yeah.
undo
We
the
probably
traps
didn't
then.
need the crowbar.
Yeah.
Does the booze give us a buff? I feel like it should give us a buff. Like it's illegal. Like it's powerful stuff, right?
Anything illegal gives you superpowers.
Yeah. Especially the hard stuff. Ugh.
Let's make alcohol illegal so it gives us superpowers again.
I did once play a supervillain that was like Bane, but it was called Captain Ireland. And the more he drank, the more you know. Yeah, you get the point.
Nice.
Beautiful. So you guys have the trunk upstairs. Are you gonna go ahead and open it up?
Yes.
All right, cool. When you open up the trunk, you see a folded black cloth with a handwritten letter resting on top. On the underside lid of the trunk are more warding sigils. As you kind of explore the materials within, you find that they're the same ones that are mentioned in Rupert Merriweather's journal. You find 6 folded black robes, a cigar box, and a sheaf of yellowed papers.
You read the letter?
Read the letter. All right. I'm going to give you a handout.
Ooh, handouts.
Here is handout number 5. There you guys are.
Number 5.
Yeah. If somebody wants to read that out loud, I'll be right back.
My handout's not
Mine's
working.
blank.
Yeah, mine's blank.
Blank.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's blank for everybody.
It's not showing? Oh, no.
Nah. You just got.
No.
Can you try resetting it or something?
Yeah. Let me
Why don't
see.
we take a quick break while Spencer goes to the bathroom, and then we get the handout reset, and then we read it off.
Sounds great.
Cool. Then we'll take a quick break real quick.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the ABCs of RPGs, where we teach you the basics of tabletop role-playing games. This campaign, we're playing Call of Cthulhu, the starter set, and I'm what's known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. My name is Spencer, and I'm joined by my investigators, Dalton.
Dan.
Justin?
I'm Justin. Playing Leo Quinn, everybody's favorite gangster.
Ashley.
Actually, I'm playing Irene Whitmore and Christian.
I'm Christian, but I'm not like affiliated with that religion. That's my name.
All right. So we were in the basement.
Dalton.
We were in the basement. They pried open a crate and found some yellowed paper in there.
And a letter and cloaks.
Yeah, you found a handwritten letter resting on top of everything. Then you found 6 folded black robes, a cigar box, and a sheaf of yellowed papers. But here is the letter that you guys found. So everybody can see the writing and stuff now, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. To anybody who's playing this adventure on Rule 20, they put the handout information under the GM notes, but didn't put it under like accessible for players. So make sure you move that information. But if anybody would like to read that out loud, go right ahead.
I'll go for it. I don't know why I'm putting this down on paper. It's probably a bad idea, but I feel the need to leave some kind of explanation for my actions and intent. When I took the sarcophagus from my uncle, I did not think it would be missed. I expected to be able to research it and return it later. I was such a fool. Despite believing in the powers we tried to summon, I grossly misunderstood the consequences. Robert is dead, and Harold a madman. I'm going back to the farmhouse to organize our things. I dread stepping foot again in this place, but I must make sure that our materials will be available again when we need them. Since the others are too shaken to attempt a banishment of the creature, I can only hope that the thing hasn't the power to remain in our reality more than a few hours or days. At least it's bound to the house itself. I shall search for a means to destroy it before the last of us passes from this world and it's released from the house, if it's still there. I believe I know where I can find the knowledge I need to drive the creature away without assistance from others. I hear tales of mystics in New Orleans and to know much of the true magics of the world. Know much of the true magics of the world. I am leaving the gold box in Rupert's care. I told him not to sell it or to have it praised by anyone, but I did not tell him why. He seemed puzzled by my insistence not to live in Boston, but I believe that he trusts my judgment not to go into danger unwittingly. My uncle does not know about our dark brotherhood, so Rupert and the others will be safe from anyone looking for it. I'll be back to put things right again. Marion Allen. P.S. I write this before closing the lid on the trunk. The thing is still in the attic of the house. It seemed to recognize me and spoke foul curses at me. I will carve protective wards on the trunk to prevent any tampering with its contents, just in case.
Marion never came back. 'Cause he did.
All right. Well,
I want to put one of the cloaks on.
You do so. It's a
And-
black robe with not just, it can kind of like drape over your face if you want to, or you can kind of like lean it back. Yeah.
I want to drape it over my face. And then can I look at the yellow sheaves of paper?
Sure. Yeah. When you get those, you get this. So looking at it as it is, you can probably guess this is probably the chant.
It's like an exorcism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is something.
Exorcizo.
Does anybody have a language Latin?
Looks like
Yeah,
Martian
it looks
to me.
like a word template before you actually delete it and put what you want in it.
Big Latin or
Let's
ding
see.
ding.
well, Leo's Catholic, so he might know a little bit here. Spirit. Something about exercising it.
Yeah, it's important to take your demon on 3 long walks every day.
Mm-hmm.
Fine science.
I see that here. Let's see. In the name of truth, something. Original divination.
Do we think this
Potent
is
life.
an exorcism, like a way to get rid of it, or the way to summon it?
It says exorcizo twice. I'm guessing
I
it's an
feel like
exorcism.
it's getting rid of it.
In the name of Nylar
Nyarlathotep.
Whoa, basing on the smell, it's here.
Among
I exercise you, O demon. Omni. Okay. Something about.
I mean, if we just
Fire?
say it though, do we need to understand it, or do we just say it? Well, we should probably understand it before we say it. Yeah.
among
Hey,
so,
you're good. You're good with the words there, Dan. You can you translate this? You know words.
I know English. I know a little bit of Italian, and apparently I know some moo.
Well, if you know Italian, you might be able to get most of this. Latin is the predecessor for the Italian language.
And Spanish and Portuguese and
French.
Mm-hmm.
All the romance
Yes,
languages.
the romance languages, yes. And hey, also butcher, which is Satanism. Make with the Latin.
Could I?
Oh.
What can I do in a cult roll for Latin? I mean, it's Latin. It's not really.
It's specifically a language Latin roll.
Oh yeah, there is that, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Okay,
I mean, I'll roll.
that wouldn't be good for me.
I'll
What,
roll
the
to try to
1%?
understand. What?
Yeah.
The 1%, Dan.
Yeah, I have Latin 1%.
Yeah,
How much luck you got to
we all
spend?
probably do.
I got 35 luck, so if I roll under a 35, I can do it. I'm out of luck after that, but
Yeah, we might need that.
Anyway.
luck.
oh, Dan, that's a good roll.
I spend all of my not all of my luck points. I spend
36
so I have
luck.
48 luck points. I spend 36. I have 12 luck now.
Well, hopefully, we don't need it.
At least getting your luck back if you survive will be easy.
So you're gonna spend all of your luck to succeed that, right there. To translate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we can just accept that it's probably an exorcism because it has exorcizo in it.
That I am not taking that bet.
Here you go. Here's the translation that you spent your luck points to get. So just to let you know, there are 7 copies of the Latin chant, and then last there is also this pentagram that is included as as a design. So
My handout edge 7 is blank.
oh no, I didn't copy it. I'm sorry. Boom. There it is.
O spirits, I exercise you by the power, wisdom, and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, the trunk, the source, the origin of all other divine names, whence they all draw their life and power. I exercise you by the name of Nyarlathotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom, his majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void. I exercise you by the name of most powerful Azathoth, the all-powerful, who shall punish the crimes. I exercise you, and I command you absolutely, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be, by the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying, I told you guys it was an exorcism. Did we really need to know what it meant?
Can we say it in English now instead of Latin, or does the monster only understand Latin?
I think we have to say
We
it in Latin
should probably say it in Latin.
What if we
because
say it in both?
Butcher, do we need to get the creature in the circle, or do we? Can
we
just
need to
do
draw
it?
this pentagram probably.
Yes.
Also, wouldn't it make more sense to technically say it in like Aramaic or like some dead language? Like,
Latin is a dead
Latin
language.
is dead language.
Latin is the language that you use to exercise things.
Right, I know, but
That's-
like, I guess this is just like a deeper, like didn't the
From
Romans
His
kill
Holiness
Jesus?
the Pope.
Didn't the Romans kill Jesus?
They helped.
Yes.
So why speak
It was a group effort, really.
I don't know. Never mind. This is a deeper issue. Okay.
His Holiness
Can you
the
translate
Pope
it into
says that
Moo?
the exorcisms happen in Latin. Okay.
Do we find like chalk or some or
me?
even
Chalk?
Chalk.
within the house something that we could use, like even like
There's writing utensils
an
on the desk,
ashy end of a well
and we can use charcoal from the fire. We can
Yeah.
just draw it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, an ashy end of a stick or something we could.
Do it, Butcher.
Can I? Hey, Irene, can I take your walking stick?
I mean, Martin has it now, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Butcher's gonna take that and then like sit it in the fire so that the end kind of starts burning a bit enough to kind of be able to kind of draw this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe put it right underneath the trap door so it just splots right into the pentagram.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. When we get this drawn, we're going to need to stand together around the pentagram and say these words in unison.
Everybody get your cloaks on! And I like pull the hood down over
Was
my
there
face.
cloaks for everybody?
There's
Yeah,
certain
there's
folks.
Ah.
Yeah, did anybody share the original like journal with Butcher? Like the passages? Like did Dan point out the passages to Butcher about like the ritual and stuff like that? I wasn't sure if Butcher knew about like how to proceed and do everything. I know you're sharing this information with him. I just wasn't sure if he was shared the other information.
We
I
did
mean, as
last
far as
week.
Butcher, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I thought we shared it with Butcher last week.
Oh, we did? Yes, we did, didn't we? Because Marvin ran up and put the journal in his face, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, cool.
Didn't get to read through it, with
Extensively.
In detail,
extensively
but...
with time to spare, but a little bit of winging it, a little bit of prior knowledge.
But so if they had a ritual, right, to exercise it, they had the circles, they had the stuff, they had the chants to get rid of it. Why didn't they just do that? Like what there has to be some catch, like something we're missing.
They were too shaken to go back, and then they
Yeah.
all died.
Yeah, one actively died during the whole summoning of the demon in the first place.
But it didn't need to be them. It could have been anybody. Anybody could have, as long as one of them was like just gathered other people to come read the chant or whatever, they could have.
Well, there was a pact, right? That it mentioned, the
Fuck
Dark
pacts.
Brotherhood or whatever.
Yeah,
My
Dark
uncle does
Brotherhood.
not know about our Dark Brotherhood. I'm assuming. So did it not have to be members of this?
I mean, if it has to be members of the pact, then us doing the chant isn't going to fucking do anything.
We must accept the pact of the Dark Brotherhood. I don't really know. I'm just trying to
Okay.
Sanguine, my brother.
do my best here.
We have our own pact. It's the pact of Leo, Irene, Marvin, Dan, and Butcher.
Take this
So say
cleaver and slit your hand until you draw blood. He hands it. He does it on his hand and then hands it over to just like anybody else around us that takes it.
You're a weird guy, Butchie.
I take the knife and I grab it. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll take. I whip out my switchblade and then put it onto squeeze a little bit of the blood into the center of the pentagram. I think this is how you do it.
Maybe. Looking
Everybody
at that
put the blood in
journal,
the little similar area, so there's a little
do you
mix.
think we need the sarcophagus back so we can like bind it to something?
Oh, maybe.
Because they released it from that piece of amber. Do you think we need it to like put it back in the sarcophagus?
Do we not have it anymore?
I tried to find it in the fireplace and it wasn't there.
Oh, the sarcophagus?
I thought
No,
we had the sarcophagus
the
because
piece
like
of
we
amber.
had it at the library and that's where all the moose symbols are and everything. We have
Pretty
that, don't we?
sure I have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a thing
Right.
in the amber in the sarcophagus though?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't there. That's gone.
Yeah, we'll just have to see if we can bind it to the sarcophagus itself.
Or are we binding it, or are we just exercising it? 'Cause we
I
might
don't
just
know,
be able to
man.
send it back
We're
to-
exercising it. Let's
All of the
send-
above.
We're sending it back to hell.
Let's place it in the middle of the pentagram. It'll be the only place it can drop out of into it.
Okay.
Right from the attic.
Do we need any powder? They threw powder into the fire last time.
Probably not. The summoning's probably different than the exercising.
Remember, you did have a cigar box that was in
Oh,
with the materials.
Let's crack open the cigar box. I forgot. Yeah, what's in the cigar box? Leo's gonna. While
Yeah.
they're all having this argument, Leo's like, "Oh, hey, cigars, nice."
What's in the box?
You're already taking shots. You're like, let's crack open some cigars. Let's see it.
Yeah, kind of.
The box and brand of cigars date back to the 1870s, and inside is a small metal canister containing a coarse and brownish powder, as well as a smaller wooden box with a sliding lid.
Open the other box. Open the other box.
Within
Okay,
the
all right.
smaller box is a silvery talcum powder-like substance. So you have
which powder do we need? Sorry, you were saying, Spencer.
No.
Babe.
That's fine.
Why don't? Hey, I found something. So you said we needed an amber. This is amber colored, and then I found this other silver powder. All right. Hey, Butchie, what's?
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Well, you're not getting paid. Well, nobody's getting paid.
Exactly.
Hey, you're getting paid? There's pay involved?
You guys are getting paid. Hey, so what's in the with the bread?
So does
Brown
the
powder,
notebook,
silver powder. What's
say
make with the
anything?
Satanism?
of this sort?
What's that?
Does the notebook actually reference what is needed or used here?
It mostly just says that Alan throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing an evil-smelling smoke and dampening the flames, which now burn a sputtering green and brown. So yeah.
Well, so I mean, it stands to reason that he threw the brown powder in.
Makes sense to me.
We have
There's
the pentagram chalked on the floor.
There was another mention of powder. On March 20th, 1877, the thing formed in the center of the pentagram, shapeless and nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were so foolish. It spoke, then Alan cast that damned powder on the jinn, the dust of Ibn Gaza, he calls it, and that's when we could all see it clearly.
The weird name
So-
for cocaine.
They mentioned two different powders.
Okay.
They
Well,
mentioned
then
two
that's
different
probably
powders.
so. Probably the amber one is that what we need to summon it, and then to make sure that we can see it is the other powder.
We haven't heard any commotion from the attic or anything, right?
No.
Okay. So do we think we need to get the thing and get it in the circle, or do we think that we can just do the chant and it gets sucked in from wherever it's at?
Well, we can try the chant first. I mean, the circle's here. We already drew it up.
You know, I saw in other playthroughs of Call of Cthulhu that you can make an idea roll, which is just your intelligence score, and just kind of like see what you can kind of come up with like on the spot. So
The
Who's
great
smart?
idea.
I'll try
Who's
that.
smart here?
Dan's smart, right?
I got a 14.
Yeah.
That's a major success for me.
Oh, extreme success or a hard?
Hard.
Got
It's
it.
lower than half of my int.
Well, Marvin came up with an idea. For sure.
Sweet.
Marvin, you kind of realize. So, what were you trying to come up with? Like how to get the thing in the pentagram and stuff? Is that what it was?
I was more
We're
like,
trying to.
do we think we even need to get it into the pentagram, or or is it just going to get sucked in from wherever it's at? Because if you read the chant,
Yeah.
it says, "In like, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be."
Yeah.
Like, is this just going to like seal it from wherever it's at,
Yeah.
or do we need to like physically get it into the circle?
You think that you don't need to get into the circle. You think that like whatever this chant will like specifically target the being and pull it in and send it out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Does it need to be done here? Do we think? Like, could we just go somewhere else? Because it's upstairs. And it's probably going to hear us trying to seal it away and probably start trying to kill us, I guess.
We probably have
Well-
to be in the vicinity of the demon to get it exorcised. We probably can't just go back to New York and then exorcise it from there and hope everything went well.
I don't know how that interacts with the protective runes, because the runes are keeping it in like
The house.
there.
That makes
So
sense.
it wouldn't probably be able to get summoned to the
So
pentagram.
I don't know.
that makes sense. Like, we have to, it wouldn't, the ritual, like trying to suck it out of the house wouldn't be able to, because it's all ruined up inside. That makes
I would
sense.
think so.
Can I- Try to roll to figure out which powder we need.
Sure. Yeah.
That is a success. Well, do I have to be below? My intelligence is 60.
Yeah, you have to be below the roll.
Meet or below. So if your
Oh.
intelligence is 60, then you
Success.
need success.
Got it.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, you like take a few embers of like the fire, and you take like a little pinch of it, and you just put it on there, and it's the brown powder that you put on the fire, and it like sparks up, and it's the same kind of greenish brown that is described in the journal. And you can probably guess, oh, the brown powder. That's what probably does it. So, but you need to burn during the ritual.
Well, see, but that makes me feel like I need the other powder so I can, because that one brought it here.
No, it just lets you see it.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, described in the journal, the other powder was just like, yeah, the silvery one just casted it on the creature, allowed them to see it.
Okay.
So
So
What I
we've got a
think-
plan, I
Yeah.
think.
somebody needs to get ready to sprinkle a lot of this powder on the fire. Get in place on the pentagram. And then once we start smelling that odor, get closer. Throw the other powder on it so we can see it and we complete the chant.
Why don't we just bar the roof? Like, just bar the door up there so it can't get out. Just throwing out ideas.
I mean,
Can we get a fire going?
Yeah.
Irene gets
All
a
right.
fire going.
Perfect.
Should I do an idea roll just for like an idea to defeat the monster without any of us dying? Are there more ideas in there, babe?
Oh, sure, Dan. Go ahead. Why don't we see what kind of idea you can come up with?
if you run away right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah. So I am going to spend the final 12 points of my luck.
Why not push your roll? You
You
might
could
push
push
your
your roll.
luck.
I'm going to
Good
push my roll.
All right. If you
Sure.
push your roll, if you succeed this push roll, you'll think of an idea of how to best keep everyone alive for the night. But if you fail, you are stumped, and who knows what will happen.
Fair.
Oh no. All right.
It's me.
Well, we're stuck.
Listen, guys, I've got good days, bad days. This is a bad day.
All right. So you guys, you set a fire. You draw the pentagram. I imagine you like push like the hobos who you never asked who his name was. Sleeping bag aside. Do you close the doors and stuff like that, and kind of like bar this back door and such, like you were talking about? Because Marvin mentioned barring the attic. I wasn't sure if you were going to bar anything else.
I don't think we really need to bar anything else since they're.
I want to keep an escape for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to
Alright.
be able to get out. Like, it can't get out because there's still the runes preventing it from leaving the house, allegedly. Apparently, it went into the woods. Right, homeless guy?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so. I thought I heard it when I came back.
Hey,
But you said
What's
it
your
left
name?
the house.
Oh, people call me Jake. Red Jake.
Jake, you said it left the house, went into the woods, and came back.
Well, yeah, it was. I was spend the night here,
Yeah.
and it was upstairs, and I ran out because it scared me, and it chased me, and then it darted off some other way, and then I came back during the day. But when I came down and when I came in, I did hear some movement upstairs, and then that's when you all showed up, and I hid down the basement.
So you know for
There
a
was
fact.
some runes we found outside earlier.
You know for a fact that the creature, whatever it is,
Yeah.
left this house.
Yeah, I don't know if it came back, but I thought I heard something upstairs.
Okay.
Thanks, upstairs.
So it's not trapped here.
oh, wait, that makes sense because it was only trapped as long as they were all alive.
Allegedly.
So who knows where it is now?
I don't know what any of y'all are talking about. Other people alive. Some sort of occult thing happened here, and I don't want any part of it.
Well, you best be on your way, Red Jake.
No, please, I'll gather my stuff and I'll leave right now.
No, Red
There's
Jake,
so much-
we need another person to help us. This is your chance. This is your chance to do something greater with your life. And I'm going to use a fast talk roll on this guy to convince him to stay and help us.
Yeah, what else is he going to do? Pay 50 cents to get a job that'll pay him an hour? Pay him $1?
Funny enough, he actually has 32 cents in his pocket from his last odd job. So
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not enough to buy a new job.
Okay. Fast talk. Yeah, that's a success. My fast talk is 68.
I guess I could stay around for a little bit, not too much longer, but sure.
All right.
How can I help?
All right, Jake. Red Jake, we're going to need you to throw this stuff in the fire, all right?
Oh, okay.
Did everybody get on a limb of the
What is arguably the
pentagram?
most dangerous job?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys
Yeah, I
are
like
gearing
that.
up for the ritual. It's probably about only like 8 p.m. by now, because you got to the town, what did I say, like 4 p.m. around that time? And then like it's been about 4 hours of you guys exploring the house and kind of like undoing the trunk and everything. So like the sun's definitely like setting, but it's not set just yet. But yeah, you guys have set up the pentagram. You have a fire going. You have the doors unlocked for an easy getaway in case anything happens. But yeah, what's everybody doing for the ritual? So you have Red Jake. He's gonna be putting the green powder on the fire, or the brown
Everybody
powder on
needs
the
to
fire.
stand on a point of the pentagram.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
correct.
That feels like a good idea. Butcher, what you doing? Here he is. Leo, get your ass over here.
Ow.
All right. Do we all have our cloaks on?
Wait, did we board up the attic?
Yeah, I thought so.
How are you boarding it up? Did you want to take like a plank and like nail in some like nails to the top?
I did see some nails and stuff in the basement.
Yeah, we should probably do that first, shouldn't we?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, the trap door opens this way, so you can like close it up, but it opens like that.
Oh, so it opens in anyway?
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Board? We could put like a board over it and like nail a board, you know? Just like a board that's like the size of the opening.
All right. He was just standing there with the tools and the hammer, like, so what y'all want to do?
I don't know. I'm not really a contractor, so like.
I mean, it's a hammer and nails. Like I mean, you're not. It's not architecture.
Yeah. I'm just not really good with this sort of thing, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna put one board. If I can find one that's kind of like the size of the door itself, if I can do that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hammer it to the door. And if I can find another one, I'm going to do the same thing. So like 2 little nails just going right in, and there's 2 smaller boards hammered in. I'm going to take another sort of larger couple pieces, and I'm going to hammer it into the board that's in there, and then into the side of like, on the outsides of the trapdoor, like the door frame.
Yep.
And I'm going to, so that way it'll be like harder for it to just rip up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least
We'd
it'll
have
buy
to
us a
rip
little
the other
time.
boards out.
Yeah, it'll have to either bust through or rip it open. Might buy us a few crucial seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, for all the folks that just joined, we're right in the middle of what we hope is an exorcism of some Egyptian demon, I believe, based on naming and stuff. And we are right about to start doing this thing. There's a creature in the attic.
It stinks like rotten meat.
Yep. And hopefully this actually does the exorcism to the thing.
Here's hoping.
When we get done here, can I have its body?
For what?
You're so
If
weird.
there is anything left.
No.
You're so
Can't
weird.
really talk about that.
No, we're gonna burn it.
Burn it. We need to study it.
No, we're gonna burn it.
Whoa. What if I told you that's what it's going to be used for?
Burning
Dissecting.
or studying?
Well, dissecting. Study.
Study.
Are you gonna
That's
sell your
you.
shop as
Is very
mystery?
interested in this.
Has
You're a
the
weird guy,
job
Butcher.
out at this point in time yet?
You're a weird guy, Butcher. I don't know about you.
Well, I guess we should just do the chant. We're all set up, right?
Yeah.
So you start chanting, and like I said, it's about 8 o'clock. Are you all? Is it everyone chanting at the same time? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's like
Around
the
the
only way it's
pentagram?
gonna work. Yeah.
Yep.
And Red Jake has to throw the powder on the fire.
Yeah, he does so. Probably about like 20 minutes goes by, and you notice like nothing seems to be happening so far.
Well, it took like 2 hours last time. We could say the chant again.
I think we have to like keep saying the chant.
Okay.
Louder and louder every time.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Light as a feather, stiff as a board, and whatnot.
You keep going, and we'll say you go for those 2 hours then. And after about 2 hours, it's like right around 10 o'clock. Nothing really seems to happen. You think you have most of the steps correct, but definitely something's missing from what you've been doing, because you don't feel any kind of like magical presence or any kind of like thing kind of happen. Especially, yeah.
Did we have the sarcophagus in the middle still, or no?
Did you?
I thought we did.
We
Yeah, I thought that
want
was like
it
part
to
of the
be
plan the
there.
whole time.
Cool. Yeah. Still, nothing happened. So there was definitely something that was missing from the ritual that you're doing. But like you stop and maybe you're kind of resting for like a few more minutes trying to figure it out, and you hear kind of like a screech come from like the attic, and you hear and something leave.
Well, that's not good.
I mean,
What did you do?
I guess I look outside. Do I see anything? Like, I know it is hard to see, but do I see like ruffles in leaves and trees and
you
stuff?
partially see something leaving, and you have to make a sanity roll.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's just a 1d100 against my current sanity.
Sanity. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's taking a while to roll those dice. So
Basically,
nope, I passed. I got a 10.
You got a 10, perfect. You don't lose any sanity at all. If you would have failed, you would have lost 1d3. But you see a faint, tangling vortex rolling through the air. Leaves are shaken from branches as the thing whirls above them and out into the woods.
I mean, I shout back to everybody. He's like, guys, it left. It went into the woods. I think, should we go after it?
In the middle of the night?
We have a lantern.
It seems like a bad idea.
Well,
You
I
see
mean, trying
Reg-
to exercise it isn't doing anything.
Well, that's true.
I'm telling you, it just needs a long walk.
It's not a dog.
You keep
How to-
trying to exercise it.
Red
No,
Jake
How to
goes,
train your
Irene, it's
otherworldly
a
pair.
different. It's exercise with an O, not an E.
Oh, what's the
Yeah.
difference?
One is righteous, holy action, and the other one is, like jogging.
It's
I feel like it
recommended
could
by
use a
many
jog.
doctors.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 recommend the jogging
Jogging.
or yogging.
Jogging.
Careful with your joints. If you have bad joints,
Going to power walk.
That's when the 1 in
swimming
5.
could be
That's
better
good.
for.
All right. Well, we have 2
Mhm.
options. We can either go after it or we can stay here and pore over the journals to try and figure out what we're missing.
and then as you kind of say like go after it, Red Jake goes, "No, you can't go out after it. That thing, it's a terrible monster. You don't want to get killed, do you?"
Yeah, let's
Not
see
really.
if we can't. Let's see if we can't pour over the journal some more and figure out what we're not doing right.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let it get away. Why not? Okay, so I start reading.
Hey, get away! It's Mike's probably just going to come back. Knows we're here.
All right. Spencer, do you want us to like do a roll just to see like if we can notice anything we missed or
Sure, yeah. We can do another like idea roll.
Was it the candles? Were we missing the candles?
Was there candles? Hold on.
Or occult. I'll also allow occult.
I'm
Yes,
gonna.
Christian.
Yeah, I'm gonna review the notes from Rupert and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I failed my occult roll to try to.
Can I make an occult roll as well?
Yes.
So we begin and Alan instructed just a fire is set in the fireplace and a pentagram is chalked on the floor. Are we not using? Hey, look over on the desk. Is there a piece of chalk over there?
Spencer, that's kind of a question for you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there actually like that piece of chalk left over from the last time they tried this?
I'll say, yeah, in the trunk was probably like a piece of chalk in there.
Okay. So let's trace over the charcoal with the chalk. We'll redraw the pentagram with chalk this time.
Mm-hmm.
You found chalk? I had asked for chalk earlier, and you guys said there's no chalk.
Well, maybe you
I
should have looked
didn't
in the
look for
desk,
it.
guy.
You know, yeah, you were
There's
the
a
one.
ballpoint pen. You can draw on the floor with a ballpoint pen.
He found the chalk in the desk, man.
Listen, yeah, jeez.
Oh, good job.
All right. Well, let's see. So, put pentagram marked on the floor with appropriate symbols. Drawing, looking, double checking the
Is
notes.
that an occult roll, Christian?
Yeah.
2 black tapers
Yeah,
placed
the
near
candles.
center, flanking the piece of amber.
Christian. Was that...
You need a watcher. So maybe I'll do that.
Do we trust Jake enough to have him do that?
Who? Ray Jake? Ray Jake can chant. He's all right.
Sure. This
Yeah,
is
here,
weird.
Put this on.
How literate
What?
is Red Jake?
Just
He
throw.
doesn't have to just repeat. Just you've been hearing us say it the last 2 hours. You know what
I
we
know.
need to say.
That doesn't make me feel better about saying it.
Look, you want to get out of here alive or not?
I mean, I'm here.
Good, we're on the same page. Pat him on the shoulder. Put the robe into his arms. Put that on. Stand next to Irene.
Okay.
Or where am I? Standing in between Butcher and Melvin, and make with the chanting. I ready the Lewis gun. So now we have that. Give me the powders. Oh wait, so Alan throws the powders. Am I
Okay,
Alan?
so
No.
Christian, you got a what kind of success on that occult roll?
Let's see here. So,
Probably a hard success.
well, it's just a fifth, right?
Yes,
Extreme.
for extreme.
So it wouldn't be. It would just be a hard success.
Success. Okay, cool. You, from your occult knowledge and knowing all things from being a part of the SEU, the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, you recognize that, like, oh, you know, obviously, if you're going to do a ritual, you should probably do it at midnight. You can't start it any earlier. It's definitely time sensitive with a lot of these rituals.
Oh. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes, we'll try it again at midnight.
But everything else, everything else seemed to be just fine. Maybe the candles, but
Can we put some candles out there? Are there candles anywhere?
there's lanterns. Sure.
Yeah, we'll set the lanterns.
Do those
Near the
traditionally
center.
candles have to be like on the tips of the pentagram or around it? Or like the tips of the star within the pentagram?
I don't know,
I don't know. Just
Mr.
generally
Member
speaking.
of the
SCU.
Secret Society for the Devil. You tell us.
I don't deal with pentagrams that often.
Are
In
you
the
like
journal,
new
the
in the thing? Did you just join?
No. But I deal with a different section of the SEU. I mean, the pentagram section is a different part.
Can you call one of the guys who deals with pentagrams then?
Yeah, are telephones mobile? I mean, what are you trying to ask me here? I mean, I could. We have some sort of Morse code. What is the machines that you
You mean a
use for-
telegraph?
Telegraph? There we go. Is there a telegraph around here?
No, we'd have to go back into town for that. We'd have to go back into probably where the university is to send a telegram.
What time is it?
It's like
Middle of the night.
probably about
It's at
closer
midnight.
to 10:30 now. So you're not too far off from
We
midnight.
don't have time for that.
No, we can't go back into town, send a telegram, and ask them about it.
You know what we're supposed to do for an hour and a half? I guess just wait.
Well, if it's outside, that means when we start doing the ritual, it's going to try to come inside. So we should probably board up this house as best as we can.
And if we have to
Oh,
chant
yeah,
for
that's
another
a good
2 hours,
idea.
I'm gonna need like a lozenge or something. because that really took it out of me last time.
Oh, I got you.
Nice, thank you, man.
Yeah. There you go.
Was Halls like producing lozenges back then, or
Oh no, this is just a little puddle of cocaine. So
Yeah, it's just it's just a little bump. It's just a quick little bump. That's it.
no, for real though. Actually, like so old lozenges pre-prohibition, they actually were like partial, like they were little like pellets of cocaine.
Where do you get all of this information from?
I've read a lot about pre-prohibition and prohibition and stuff like that.
Pretty interesting.
This would be common knowledge. So they just like really like a couple of years ago they stopped doing this. So
Yeah, same with-
everyone would have known that the old cough drops used to work a lot better.
the old Coca-Cola used to be a lot more addictive too, right?
Yeah.
It sure
Just a
did.
little bit.
That the Coca-Cola company likes to really kind of be fast and loose with whether or not they used to do that. You go to the Coke factory in Atlanta and they're like, "Oh no, not really. A little though."
But a little.
So, you guys, if you want, we can just skip ahead to midnight while you guys are performing the ritual again. Do you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we pick up right there. So you guys are doing everything in place correctly for the ritual. So from here on out, we're going to do this kind of like round by round. Just to kind of keep things in track. So I'm gonna make sure everybody's set in initiative order like you are currently. And as round by round goes, things are gonna kind of happen. So we'll just go ahead and start at the top, and everybody just kind of describe what you're doing to either if you're either helping chant in the ritual or if you're like being one of the watchers or whatever you're doing. Just kind of like describe what you're doing as I go to each of you in turn. So, Ashley, what are you doing?
I've got my cloak down over my brow. I'm reading the paper because even though I've been saying it for the past 4 hours, I am concerned I will mess up. And I feel like maybe I sat down into crisscross applesauce because I was bored of standing for 4 hours too.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, next up is Leo.
Yeah, Leo's getting in a good position where he can guard both doors. He also is taking more planks of wood and whatever nails he's got left, and trying to bar the doors as best he can.
Cool. Perfect. So you're kind of like over near the windows and the doors, kind of barring them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Marvin.
I guess I'm on chant squad.
Chant squad. Okay.
But I pull up a chair. Can I be in it? Can I be just sitting in a chair while we chant?
Yeah. Sure.
I
Yeah.
pull over, like it looks like one of those big comfy ones. And I pull that over and set it down, and I sit down in it, and I've been chanting along.
Yep. You doing your thing. Thinking. So what does Marvin think that he's doing? Because he doesn't. Does he starting to think that this is actually Satanism, or does he still think this is like sending a Martian home?
No, this is well, you know the saying, like any like sufficiently advanced technology will seem like magic to those unfamiliar with it. So like he think this is like an extremely elaborate like technology type thing. Like this is how aliens communicate and send messages and stuff.
Of course.
We as humans just aren't intelligent enough to like truly understand the inner workings.
Like Mysterio and Spider-Man. It's just a bunch of projectors that are
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Red Jake, because you put a robe on him and you told him to start chanting. He's chanting along. He's helping out. So he's doing this thing. Yeah. He like glances side to side and he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's helping. Butcher.
Yeah, so Butcher has this cloak draped over his head and his head down, and it looks like he's praying. He's got his hands together, standing on the tip of the star of the pentagram, and quietly, the people next to him might be able to overhear. He isn't necessarily a religious man. He is privy to the knowledge of other dimensions and worlds and higher powers, but he's kind of just expressing this desire that if he is to go tonight, that he may go to the place of his late wife, wherever she may be, in whatever state she may be, whether it's heaven, hell, purgatory, whatever it may be. So
Everyone keeps giving Butcher such a hard time, but he's just a big old softy.
Well, maybe you should try being less creepy.
life's been hard for me. Okay.
Do you do that voice on purpose, or is that just how you sound?
Actually,
It's all the bone dust he's inhaling and doing the butching.
No, that's how I sound. What kind of question is that?
So Butcher is helping chant though, right? As well.
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool,
The-
cool.
right, that's right before the
Yeah.
chanting. Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Dan, what are you doing?
Has anyone been like a watcher? I know Leo is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
kind of
Leo's
stuff.
Leo's doing the watcher role that's listed as like a role in like handout 1.
All right. I mean, I guess I could help with chanting then.
With chanted. All right.
Unless there's anything else that needs to be done that I'm not thinking about.
Is anybody putting stuff on the fire?
Is
Dan
that
can throw it from
Leo,
where he's
yeah,
at.
Leo can do that. Leo can do that from where, as part of the watching thing. Throw the
Well,
How
Dan
it
is
is.
right next to the fire.
Waiting for-
Did we? Because
Yeah.
like Leo, you were like boarding up the windows and stuff like that. So Dan, did you want to put that on the fire? Okay, cool. So Dan is putting the stuff on the fire. Okay. So that is a full round, and it's probably been about 5 minutes so far. Everybody who is chanting kind of feels like they've gave up a little bit of magical energy towards the ritual. So everybody who was chanting, please mark down. This is gonna be a little bit tricky to track, but it took maybe about a third of a magic point from each of you. So, and as we kind of continue on, we'll get more detailed. So every 3 rounds you spend chanting, that will be like 1 magic point gone. But we'll keep going on. So that was the first round. Irene, are you gonna continue to chant?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to chant.
Okay. Leo, how's boarding up? Are you still just making sure everything's locked and secured?
Yeah, I mean, I've had like 2 hours to do this. I feel like that should be enough time.
Uh-huh. Marvin?
Let's just keep on chanting.
All right, Red Jake still doing his thing. Butcher, same thing.
Oh, Butcher is fervently just going through the chant. After it ends, he keeps going.
Yeah, I'll keep chanting.
Cool.
Do we want to just fast forward until something significant changes, or do we want to just keep repeating?
Well, I'm keeping track of everything. So,
Yeah.
essentially, so everybody who chanted again, make sure you take another 1/3 of a magic point away. And then, does everybody want to do the same thing the next round?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Till we see some results, I'm doing
Yep.
this.
see. 2/3. Okay. All right. So after that next round, it's probably been about 15, maybe 20 minutes. And let's see here. Okay, here's what happens. After that, you hear like another swooshing sound coming from the outside, and it slams into the attic up ahead. You within moments you hear like an awful howling, just like interspersed with grunts and foul curses spoken in a harsh and guttural voice. The house itself feels like it starts swaying and creaks and jolts, shaking it to its foundations. Everybody go ahead and make a sanity roll.
Here we go.
Irene failed.
I failed.
No. If you fail, roll 1d3 and minus that from your sanity. If you passed, you don't lose any sanity.
Oof.
Marvin's clean. He knows exactly what he's seeing.
Oh, nice. Hey, question.
Yep.
Oh, I guess that doesn't work for this kind of thing. Sanity doesn't have like extreme successes.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
All right.
Because you know, like according to my sanity score, that would have been a 5th value.
Yeah.
So
But you don't go insane, so.
Yeah, you're good. You're solid. So, basically, this is happening during like the entire 5 minutes. All of like the house is shaking, it's creaking. You hear all these grunts and foul curses spoken up above you. But then all of a sudden, like thick, stinking goo oozes through the ceiling and drips down the wall. And now I need everybody to make a luck roll as well.
Let's always do that.
Thank you for the SpongeBob reference.
It sucks for Dan.
Yeah. Damn, he's
I
always-
failed my luck
Well,
roll.
No, damn
Wait,
push.
so I have to roll a luck roll right now?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Failed my luck roll too.
Oh, I failed that hard.
All right. If you failed that luck roll, at some point within the 5 minutes, you're splattered by acid, and you take 1d2 of damage. So roll 1d2 and minus minus that damage from you.
Sweet. How is 1d2 even possible?
Coin.
Coin flip.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
a coin flip. Yeah, okay. I was like, what? Roll a 1d1.
You can also roll a d6 and divide by 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait.
But traditionally speaking, the 1d6.
And
not great.
with everybody ready, we're going to go back to the beginning of turnover order. So Irene, are you going to continue chanting or?
Yeah, get that Eldritch Beast out of here.
Okay. Leo?
Yeah. He's gonna continue to. So Leo's actually gonna go, instead of being in the comfy chair, Leo's moving like right here, so he can keep an eye on this door, the windows, and the back door.
Sounds good.
I think we the keeper of arcane lore mentioned that the creature like slammed into the attic,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Well, the attic's like right here, right?
It's right above the pentagram. Like
Yeah.
the trapdoor is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a good vantage point on everything now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Marvin? Chanting as well?
Yup. No reason to stop.
All right.
That gun is readied.
Red Jake is helping out. And Butcher?
Butcher continues to chant as well.
Okay.
Just kind of like, just like aching from the acid that he just got hit by.
Yeah. And Dan, are you chanting as well?
Yeah. Do I need to do the fire thing? Powder
It
thing?
should be burning. It should be continuously burning. So I think you're good. Yeah. So Butcher and Marvin, since you're right next to Red Jake, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh God. Nice.
Nice.
But
But it's at a success.
unfortunately, it's not.
Damn.
Neither of you succeeded?
Do I push this or use my luck?
Are we allowed to push these?
You can push. If you fail, you're gonna stop chanting, and you won't have contributed that round. But if you succeed, you might spot something that's going on with Red Jake.
Wait, can I roll as well?
No, Spencer only asked the two of us. If I push a roll, I'm not allowed to use luck on the pushed roll, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend half of my luck to succeed.
Oh shit.
So you spent half your luck to succeed?
Yep.
Okay. You notice you're looking over to like Red Jake, and as you're kind of like chanting and everything, you notice that he's not chanting. He's just mouthing like the words, but he's not actually saying anything.
Oh. Well, I mean, I give him one of the pieces of paper with the thing, and I say, "Read this. Can you read?"
Yeah, of course. And he like looks down at it.
And do things change? Does it look like he's actually reading the chant?
He doesn't. You can try to persuade him to, you can try to charm him or fast talk him into reading the chant, but he doesn't seem to be convinced to. He doesn't want to participate in the chant.
Leo, can you persuade this guy to maybe read the chant?
Yeah,
and help out?
I'm gonna point the gun at him and I'm gonna try and intimidate him. I'd be like, I'd
Yes.
read the note.
Intimidate. Roll intimidation.
All right, well, I'm gonna spend 7 luck points to turn this into a success.
Okay.
Y'all are spending luck like it's candy.
Well, I mean, either we die here in this house, or we finish the ritual. So,
Yep.
True.
All right, so I see him not really look, and I cock it one time, and then he starts to read.
All
Before
right.
you start to read?
At the beginning of this round, everybody roll a listen. A listen roll.
A listen specifically or a spot hidden?
Listen specifically.
I'm going to spend another luck point. Turn this into success.
All right.
Success.
Justin, you rolled it. Six.
I failed.
Oh, never mind. Oh, actually, so instead, sorry, I was looking at Ashley's roll. That, luckily enough for me.
Extreme success.
Oh, no, it's not. But it is a great success. It is a
Okay.
hard success.
All right, great.
Mm.
So, excuse me.
Oh,
So-
Christian fumbled.
Everybody who succeeded, and especially you, Justin, like everybody who succeeded hears like a faint noises coming from outside, but specifically you, Justin, and this works out because you were like keeping an eye out and stuff like that. Maybe you hear the noise and you go over to the window. You hear like a cry from like a woman, like a help, please help.
That's bait.
Yeah, that's bait. Mm-mm.
We're in the middle of nowhere, y'all.
Yeah, there's just suddenly a woman that appeared at midnight. Mm-mm.
Where?
No, there isn't.
Where's the chanting coming
Outside the
from?
window. She's coming from, like, I don't know, this window? Can I...
I'll say like this direction. Probably from over here, actually.
Probably from over here?
Yeah.
All right. Can I see out that window if I take a few steps back?
It's dark outside, so you'd have to use like a lantern to kind of like see properly.
We need those lanterns for the ritual.
Only it was a full moon.
Or a flashlight, if you had a flashlight, but
I don't have a flashlight. The fire's going though, right?
in the other room, yeah.
Yeah, can I grab like a piece of wood, use it as a torch?
Sure, yeah. And you're gonna try to like see if you can see anything outside.
Yeah.
Spot hidden roll.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna push this.
Okay.
So
if you
no,
fail,
so no.
yeah.
This
Can you
is
push a critical
is-
failure?
when you
This
roll
is-
D100. This is a 0.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
this
right.
is the worst roll I possibly could have.
No, 0 is the lowest, right?
Oh, a critical success, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was one.
I thought it was.
Yeah. Here, like, so, yeah, normally speaking, on actual dice, if it was, it would be, you would want 0001, which is 1, which is the best success you could have. Here, this is a 100, which
Okay.
is the worst roll I can have.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I think there might be a rolling about fumbled rolls.
Yeah,
About-
double check it.
I'm not sure if you can I'm not sure if you can roll like
Go for it.
push a fumbled roll. But
Push
let
a
me
fumble.
double check. In the meantime, can everybody tell me what they're doing while this is happening?
Chanting.
Chanting, of course.
Chanting.
Nope.
Jake's still chanting.
He appears to be, yeah.
I keep chanting.
The impact of fumbles should take effect immediately and may not be negated through pushing the roll.
There it is.
Yep.
All right, so
You can't push fumbles.
I'm gonna say this. So let's see here.
God damn it.
See, since you failed it, I'm trying to think of a good punishment that isn't too much.
That's something on fire.
Yeah, probably setting something on
Yeah,
fire.
I dropped the torch and I have to put out the fire I have inadvertently started.
You put the torch a little too close to the window and it catches the blinds or the curtains on fire.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna have to spend next turn probably putting that out. But Irene, you are chanting. Marvin is chanting, right?
How many more turns has it been? I've got 3 down for me for magic points.
This should be the 5th one.
So
You should be 1 2/3 of a magic point
Yeah.
that everyone has spent.
Dan, or sorry, Butcher, you're also chanting, and Dan is also chanting, right?
Yeah, correct. I'm not aware of anything else but this
Okay.
process.
Let's see here. At this
Actually,
point
that's
in
a
time,
good punishment, Spencer, because that means my gun is no longer readied.
Mhm.
So when I spend this turn, I'll have to spend another turn readying my weapon.
At this point in time, you hear a enormous like cry from upstairs, and shuffling about through like some of the like cracks in the ceiling. all of a sudden you see a jet of like acid shoot out from up above, and it goes to hit. Let's see. I'll roll for this. Let's see here. Irene, give me. So Irene, it is shooting acid to attack you.
Yep. Dodge. Is that a thing I can do?
You can dodge.
She's covered in
Let me see.
a thick cloak, though.
She is covered in a thick cloak.
I'm just thinking of like the Nickelodeon like Choice Awards or whatever, where they just shoot out the slime. I'm just thinking that's coming down from the top. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to find the exact wording for the ooze and damage, but I think it's just So, you can just go ahead and roll a dodge roll.
I failed it.
Oh, you did? Ooh. Well, as long as he doesn't get a fail. Let's see. Fighting.
What's your dodge score, Ashley?
40.
Wow.
Yep, he got a normal success. So you take 1d2 of damage.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but
Yeah, it's
it's like 10% of your health.
yeah.
Um,
One damage in
or
this
like
game works way
20%, I guess,
differently
possibly.
than people are used to in many other
Yeah,
RPGs.
it's a lot.
On top of that, let's see here. So everybody can make a listen roll.
I'm not going to help that lady.
Leo, normally I'd allow you to make a spot hidden, but you're kind of distracted by fire right now.
That's okay. I passed.
I
Okay.
fail.
I failed the listen roll.
Uh,
Yeah, you're all chanting too loud for you to hear anything else.
yeah.
I'm spending 7
I'm like,
luck to pass.
Everything's fine in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so it looks like Marvin succeeded and Justin did,
Yep.
or who
Mhm.
else succeeded?
Yeah, Leo passed.
All right, Leo, you hear from right outside this like window, like a kind of like a scream, kind of like a "Rah!" Like a menacing scream, and then something throws a rock at you. So, how this works is basically they have the throw ability. And then I think it's only 1d4 damage, if I remember correctly, if it actually hits. But are you going to... Yes, you can dodge.
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna try and dodge anyway.
Did he get a bonus dice since he heard it?
Ooh, passed.
Perfect.
What's your dodge?
60.
Isn't it half your dex, though?
I invested extra points.
I see.
It failed.
Leo is good. Leo is good at fighting, shooting things, and noticing hidden stuff.
Those
Yeah.
are good things to be good at.
Oh,
It
and
tried-
driving.
And driving. Yeah.
It tried to throw a rock at you, and you dodged out of the way. You're like, nope, not happening. So
Caught it. I'm flailing the on fire rags around, and I just kind of batted away.
Yep. So you're good. Yeah, okay. So on top of that,
Yeah, everything's okay, buddy.
and then Marvin, you succeeded as well, right?
Yep.
You hear a very large, like kind of like a grumble, like of like a large creature just like right outside this window.
Which window?
To the north, right
North
outside,
window?
like
Okay.
right up there.
I mean, I look. Do I see anything at the window?
Yeah, you see. So, outside of the window, you see a zombie bear, a reanimated like zombie bear.
What?
A
So
zombie?
go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead
That is
and make a sandy roll.
This.
Man, I'm really glad I cannot hear any of this.
That is a pass, but I still like I
Okay, good.
stammer out like bear Zombie bear, There's a zombie bear outside. Leo, please shoot it.
Leo, shoot it.
You still take 1 sanity loss, but you don't take the 1d6 sanity loss, so you're good. Yeah. And that's the end. We're back to the top of the round. Irene, what are you doing? You hear Marvin yell out like bear.
Zombear.
Zombear, I keep chanting.
Keep chanting. Okay.
Just blissfully
Don't turn
unaware.
around. It
I'm
can't
not
hurt me.
turning
Don't look at it.
Leo, you have this flaming curtain in front of you. Something threw a rock at you from outside.
Okay, so I'm going to use then this turn will be spent putting out the curtains. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm
Cool.
going to put out the fire.
All right, you put out the fire.
And I think that's all I can do, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much your action. Your turn. All right, Marvin,
Chant.
you're chanting.
Yeah.
I mean,
The bear's not trying.
All
Like
right.
it's out there and growling. It's not trying to get in yet.
We did board up the doors, right?
You did.
So,
Yep, the doors are boarded up.
And so that
Red
would
If anything,
Yep.
be my 6th time chanting, right? So that's another point of magic lost.
Yeah. So after this round, everybody will have used up 2 magic points,
Mm-hmm.
except for Leo and Jake.
except for Leo.
So getting at Red Jake looks over at the bear. Wow. Critically succeeded his sanity roll.
That's lucky.
He's
So
seen some shit already.
he's unfazed. He's just like, that's a bear.
He's too focused on the fact that if he stops chanting, he gets shot. Apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Some
that's
more
a true statement.
tangible fear.
Yeah.
Leo is going to shoot him if he doesn't cooperate.
Butcher.
Might just be the knee at first.
yeah, I mean, Butcher is worried that if he stops chanting, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah.
So he pushes on.
Between Leo and the demons, he's not sure which he's worried about more.
And Dan.
Jansen, I haven't heard a thing. I have no reason to think that I shouldn't just keep on chanting.
All right. So,
I have not noticed the giant zombie bear outside.
Probably for the best.
So
Definitely for
the monster upstairs does another acid attack, and this time it focuses in on let's see here, Marvin.
Yo.
So give me you can dodge if you want to try to avoid the damage.
Why would I not? I just want to get splooged on. I'm gonna try
He
to
got a
dodge.
success.
I fail.
Okay. So you take 1d2 damage.
Damage.
Leo, since you're next to the window, you an arm kind of like breaks through the window and kind of reaches out at you. And it doesn't reach you. You notice it kind of reaches in, but it like kind of goes limp. And you just see this like zombified face of this older woman just and go ahead and make a sandy roll for me.
Okay. I believe I pass.
Oh,
Yeah, let me just double check my character sheet, but I think my sanity is 70 and I rolled 66. So nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
so only -1 sanity for that.
Sweet.
All right. And then this bear up here also like kind of like scratches at like the window and just roars out and scratches the windows and tries to cause some damage to you guys. But it's just scratching at the windows. And then yeah, let's see here. All right. Perfect. Cool. So, with that last round of magic, you guys feel your magic kind of pour into the ritual, and kind of like you feel like a rustling of wind kind of like come from around you. As it kind of like pulls in, you see smoke kind of curl in from corners of the room, but also the ceiling, and pull into the center of this pentagram here. You see the trap door above just kind of like slam open, and you see this like swirling like figure kind of get drawn in into this pentagram in front of all of you. Just a
Shit.
second.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man. Game over. That's a great movie.
So yeah, so this happens, and then Irene, as you kind of sorry, coughing a little bit. Irene, as you kind of like look into the center of this pentagram, it actually it doesn't look like the creature anymore. It actually looks like let's see here. It looks like Rupert, actually. Rupert Merriweather. He goes, Irene. He like reaches out his hands towards you. He goes, Irene, thank you so much for coming here and taking care of this for me. You don't have to do anything else. Please, just go home. Go home and live your life like you have been.
I make some sort of check to see if I believe this.
Yeah,
keep
you may
chanting.
use a psychology check. A psychology roll.
That's bait.
It sure like logically feels like bait, but does Irene know?
Yeah.
A psychology check.
Yep.
Nice.
Can I push my roll?
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you push your roll, there may be a sanity check you have to make, and I'm gonna say if you fail this push roll, let's see here. Oh, here's what I'll say. If you fail the roll, you'll still have to make a sanity roll. But if you succeed, you do get to see past its form.
I'm pushing it. I succeed!
Oh, sorry, I should have
It's-
phrased that better.
A
keep
major
going.
success.
It's a hard success?
It's a hard success.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. So the risk was like you listen to it and you make a sanity roll, but like in succeeding, you recognize like, wait a second, that's not my grandpa. But
He died last week.
but with that, you still do see its true form, and you will have to make a sanity roll.
That's reasonable. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Since I lost 3 points of sanity,
Mm-hmm.
do I make a sanity roll with my original starting sanity or with my current sanity?
Your current sanity.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a fail.
Oh no. Okay. Well, you see its true form because you recognize, no, that's not my grandpa. My grandpa died last week. It is a twisting mass of talons and maws and long appendages. Go ahead and roll 1d8 for sanity loss, which might send you insane. Okay, only 2.
So
was
that's
a
like
close one.
5 sanity loss total, though.
No, so like when you go temporarily insane, it has to be 5 total from one roll.
Okay.
Yep.
That was lucky.
Yes. So you got very lucky there because that was a D8. All right. And so, yeah, you're able to shake that kind of stuff off. Do you continue chanting?
I am gonna pause my chanting just to say, I don't know what you guys are seeing, but that's not my grandpa. And I point in the middle and then I keep chanting.
Okay. Leo, you're over here with the zombie and everything. What do you do?
Zombie is gonna have to climb through or whatever. That's gonna take time for it. Leo's gonna hear that there's something in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? He doesn't really even know what's going on over there. He is gonna take that so he kind of drop the Lewis gun to put out the flames. He's got the Tommy strapped to his back. He is gonna open up and he is gonna let one go right into the face of the zombie.
Zombie right in front of
Yeah.
you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Is that point blank?
That's pretty close. So we'll rule that as point blank.
Sweet. So I think I get bonus die. Alrighty. Yep, I do. Within a fifth of my dex range in feet. So I think it's like 15 feet away or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So I'm gonna get a bonus die. And I'm gonna, I'm actually gonna use I'm gonna use a full auto instead. Actually, I'm just gonna.
All right. Now, normally
so-
they can like dive for cover, but I'm gonna say like this zombie isn't really that smart, so it's not gonna dive for cover.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sweet. And then I am going to, so I will be able to fire 7 volleys into this fool.
Mm-hmm.
And then a volley is equal to number of bullets, my skill divided by 10. So it's going to be 7 bullets in a volley. So I'm going to let a volley go. Let's roll the D10 or the D100.
Yeah.
And then how are we doing bonus die here? Because it's a little harder with like that percentage die and everything to be. I mean, I hit.
Okay. Great.
But so I guess roll another D10 for the bonus die.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what I'll
the
say.
way I would,
The
I
tens
think,
digit
Oh, that's
to
good.
make it a 54.
Yeah, that seems fair.
What's that?
Cool.
Alton?
I given that with a bonus die, it changes the tens place. I would be fine
should I
with
just-
rolling 2 D100s and picking the higher or lower number.
Okay. That's easier. Let's do
Going
that. I'll just roll
forward.
another D100. Okay. Well, cool. 74. I hit. And yeah, so that's gonna be ooh. That's so much damage.
Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of
14. Okay. 68 damage.
All right. Oh my god. You rip through that zombie. I actually didn't know that it could do that much damage.
I think that's right. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like we can have a lessons learned here and review the way that this is supposed to work. But if I'm understanding what I'm reading in the Keeper's Handbook correctly, yeah.
Okay. It only had 7 HP. So yeah, you kill that thing outright.
I think it's disintegrated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
It's just like it's like just a little bit of spine and legs.
Yep. As you unleash that volley to shoot it.
Yeah, I think this also means though that next round I have to reload.
Mhm.
So that's the trade-off.
Marvin, it gets to you, and as you kind of look into the center of this, did you send me your character sheet, by the way?
No. What did you want from it?
Your significant people.
I wrote his loyal fan base (parentheses nobody).
Maybe Dan could be significant.
I'm okay. So you see. Okay, what does Marvin imagine his fan like? Does he imagine like a young schoolboy who's like, "Oh boy, Marvin, I listen to you every night," like preparing for the radio waves?
He has fans from all walks of life, young,
Okay.
old, man, woman, rich, poor, everybody.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This the monster appears before you as a I don't know, a slightly younger man than you, who like looks at you and goes, Marvin Martin?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I listen to your broadcast every night. You're really telling the truth every night, and I really appreciate that. Look, man. Hey, if you ever need, I'm actually an agent. I can make sure that your radio waves are broadcast even further. You know, have you ever thought about making sure your waves reach from coast to coast instead of just your small little town?
I'm no sellout. I know when I'm trying to be bought and silenced.
Make a psychology roll for me to see past the disguise.
My psych is low. No, I failed.
Okay.
Unless I push it. But my psychology is only 10. Not likely for me to pass if I push it.
So it actually does appear to be one of your fans to you, but it you don't like have to do anything it says. Let's see here. It just he's just like saying like,
All right. Well, I mean, we can talk about it after I'm done with this very important sealing ritual.
okay, perfect.
Oh, I don't have to reload next turn. Awesome.
'Cause you didn't use all your bullets, or
Yep,
Okay.
because I didn't use all my bullets.
Well. Okay.
Take out that zombie next.
Yeah, I can do that 2 more times.
But I guess it would be advantageous to reload if you
Mm-mm.
weren't.
No, I need to do it 2 more times because it's going to take me 2 rounds to reload.
So you don't have the option to if you wanted to?
I could, but it's going to take
Okay,
2
yeah.
rounds to do it.
Yeah.
So I
you
might
would
as
want
well
to,
use up the full magazine before I
Yeah.
do it.
All right. Well, it's Red Jake's turn. That is a fail. Hold on, I got to
Who
see.
got Jake C?
You just hear him muttering under his breath. He goes, Eliza. Oh, Eliza, it's okay. It's okay. Here. And he steps forward to kind of like grab hold of whatever he thinks he sees, kind of like leans down to like grab hold of that person.
Oh,
And
he did.
trying to find out how much damage he takes.
Yeah. Getting gobbled up. I mean, he's greasy, so.
1d8 plus 1d6. Oh boy.
Yikes.
Where was all this greasiness? What?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. He takes 12 damage outright.
Oh, he's
And-
dead. He's got to be dead.
Well, he got pistol whipped earlier too.
He has 13 health. So I think he does suffer a major wound.
Did he recover from being pistol whipped?
He didn't get pistol whipped.
No, that was a different guy.
That was a different
That was
guy
Henry
that was pistol
Armitage.
whipped.
Oh, wait, that's right. We didn't pistol whip this guy. What did we do to this guy? No, we didn't. We didn't
Tried
harm
to
him.
try him
We
up,
didn't
but he
do
was just all
anything.
like, "You're never gonna catch me."
That's right. That's right. So
He does stay conscious though. That's the good thing. He does stay conscious, but he
That's
does.
lucky.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Let's see. Your major wound, make a healing roll. Sorry. Yeah. So I think he just suffers that major wound and he stays conscious, but he is badly hurt. So moving on. He falls to the ground with like this huge gash in his chest. And he's just like, "Oh, sorry." Sorry. Butcher. As you kind of turn to the creature, it appears before you as Zoe. That's, I'm guessing, is that your wife?
Yeah, Zoe's my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your wife appears before you. She goes,
Her late wife, yeah.
she says to you, Butcher, you know that my time came too soon for you and for me. What if there was a way to bring me back? I can come back to this world and be in your arms once again. Butcher can make a psychology roll to see past the disguise. And also, yeah, there is an offer to bring her back to life. So,
Yeah, that's a fail.
okay.
It's only 10%, and
You
honestly, that's
yeah.
pretty
This
on
looks
point.
like your wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Zoe, the only reason why I joined the SCU and did what I did, and behind the scenes, was to figure out a way to bring you back. And you're telling me I can?
Yeah.
I can't resist that offer.
This is the way. This is the way.
What do I need to do?
Rake the pentagram and attack them. Let me be free, and I will come back into your arms once again.
Should I attack?
That's up to
Jake?
you. You can do that.
I mean, I failed the roll pretty badly. I didn't fumble it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is up to you. This is
I don't-
literally up
yeah.
to you and what you think would be in character for you to do. You're not able to see past its disguise,
Yeah.
but I would say that your character does know that this is the monster offering to bring back Zoe to your arms.
Yeah. I'm going to attack Jake with my knife.
Dude, you're gonna
Butcher.
kill him.
Oh
Would you rather me attack Dan? I need to bring my wife back.
Yeah, go ahead and make your knife attack. I think that's
Oh,
fighting
don't
brawl,
kill Butcher. He's helpful.
Shut up, Justin.
So sorry. I have so how do I roll this exactly? I have my damage roll here.
Yep. So you roll a you roll a fighting brawl for knives, I believe.
Right. Yeah. I have to roll that first, and then I roll it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's a just regular success.
All right, cool. Yeah. Red Jake failed his dodge roll, so you stab him. So your knife damage is 1d4 plus your damage bonus, which is based on your size, I believe. Do you know if you got any damage bonus based on your size?
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
True, but
I have damage bonus as 1d4.
1d4. So it is 1d4 plus 1d4.
So for this knife, it's a medium-sized knife. I have damage as 1d4 plus 2 plus D damage bonus.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah, roll that.
Okay. I mean, again,
He's
not that it's
incredibly
gonna matter.
dead. He's
He's
incredibly dead.
You murdered the hobo.
Murder hobo.
Eh,
Well, it's just 2d4s, right? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Hobo with shotgun.
So that's 8 damage.
Yeah, you flat out murder Red Jake. He's like on the ground with a gaping wound, and you just come down on him with your butcher knife and like slash. I don't know like where you want to slash into him, but you slash into him, and everybody else just sees the light from Jake's eyes just fade away.
As I do that, I yell out, "This is for you, Zoe!"
Give me a luck roll, butcher.
Right. That's
Unlucky.
fail.
That's a fail? Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, because I would imagine you were trying to break the pentagram, I'm saying because you failed your luck roll, you do not break the pentagram. So the pentagram is still up.
Oh, God.
And let's go back. Let's go on to Dan. Which, Dan, I think we all know who you see in the center here. Before you. Other than your newly wedded wife, Emily. Yep.
Let's wait for this moment.
So she turns to you and she goes, "Babe, what? Let's stop all this. You know, if obviously, let's just go home and let's just kind of make sure we're all taken care of. You don't want to be out here. Like, what are you even doing out here? Come on.
Yeah.
Let's just-
Yeah.
Like, what else do we need other than ourselves, our cats, and to be at home writing?"
Yeah. So I got I rolled a 10. This is what, psychology or is it
Yeah,
sanity?
psychology. So you see through it, right?
Yeah, so I got an extreme success.
Yeah, you instantly
Nice.
know this is not your wife.
Yeah, I know my babe.
Yep.
I know my babe.
Unfortunately,
All right.
it does provoke a sanity roll. So the thing to note with like this sanity roll, if you do, is that pass or fail?
That is a
Okay, so you roll 1d8, but subtract any points already lost if you saw it leave earlier, which I believe that was only Marvin that saw it leave.
What?
The monster when it left earlier, like the swirling mass.
Yes,
out,
I saw
out.
it earlier.
Okay, cool. So, okay, you only lost 2 sanity. That's good. Was worried you might go insane.
Oh, I've got plenty of sanity.
Okay, so yeah, you dismiss this disguise. You see the creature for what it is, and it turns to you, Dan, and it goes, "Hey, help me, release me, just as Butcher is trying to, and together I will grant you anything you want. Do you want security with you and your wife? I can get that for you, whatever you desire."
Ready for the cheese? You ready for the cheese right now?
Yep, hit it.
I already have everything I want. I have my wife.
Aww.
Fuck you, monster.
Perfect. And then do you continue the chant?
Continue to chant.
Boom. All right. At the end of that round, you hear a screeching from the monster as it is driven, wailing from this world. You hear it in its deep, guttural voice. "No, none of you shall escape." Sorry, this is gonna wreck my throat. Sorry. "None of you shall escape me. Yes. One day I will find a way back into this world, and then I will kill all of you, snapping your necks and eating your heart from your chest. You will never... This isn't the last time you've seen the likes of me. Butcher, remain my faithful servant." And then he fades away. Outside, the creatures, or the zombie bear that was like scratching at the wall, just kind of like falls like down and slumps down and remains motionless. The swirling vortex and the green fire, the fire just goes out, and you hear kind of like an eerie silence as everything kind of settles within the house, and the wind kind of dies down around you.
I'm gonna go check on Jake.
I'll save you, Jake.
So,
No, I'm
Irene,
kidding. I'm not
you
doing that.
start to like walk forward to Jake, and I grab you and stop you and like look at Butcher, and like, is he like still violent?
At this point, I would say Butcher
Sanity
is kind of like
roll.
kind of down on the ground, like recovering, like kind of in a stupor almost. Like I was almost in a spell, right? Like
Yeah.
so I would say that I don't remember what took over me, right?
All right, I think we should tie up Butcher.
I agree.
He murdered someone.
Till morning.
No, he killed someone. We should take him to the police.
I agree.
Well, we should take Leo too. We pistol whipped someone yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't
Hey,
kill
hey,
him.
that was a misunderstanding. Also, nobody died,
I mean,
as far as I'm aware.
yeah, I'm. So
did we do it?
Butcher first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, we should tie him up to make sure that like when he comes to, he's not
Well, yeah,
fully crazy.
yeah, but I don't. Yeah, yeah, we should definitely tie him up. Definitely tie him up.
I
So,
would like to
do we
check
tie him
on
up?
Jake.
I mean, are you going to resist Butcher or what's going to happen?
I'd imagine like I'm still a little out of it, so I'm like, yeah, I'm like kind of struggling, but not really understanding what's going on. I was just, make it. What are you doing? What happened? But I would say they'd be successful.
Cool.
Unless they
Perfect.
want to need a roll for it or something, but
Yeah. No, I mean, like, you guys can kind of role play this out however you want. So, yeah. Basically, at this point in time, the creature has been banished. And we can kind of like check in about what everybody wants to do. I mean, outside you see the zombie body or the remains of a dead brown bear, as well as what appears to be a older woman who might have been reported missing not too long ago. I think you guys said
it's just legs.
No face.
it's just legs. It's shot
just
up.
legs.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like from here on out, we can kind of like just like narrate what each of the characters kind of do from this point on. Like what's going on for their jobs? Like what do they go back to doing? Like does this inspire them to go after more? Do they want to figure out more about the sarcophagus? Like what does everybody do from here on out?
I go back. I go back to Columbus,
You gotta do
Ohio.
Live out the rest of your life, Dan?
Yes.
We need to figure out what we're doing with Jake.
I say we burn this place to the ground.
This is. We have a deed to the. I guess we could burn it and rebuild.
There you go.
Yeah,
your deed is
it's
to the land.
that's what's worth it, not the building.
True. You guys want to see what else is in the attic?
I guess. Yeah. Now that there's not now that the devil's not up there, that seems fine. Then I'll hold up the ladder while Irene heads up into the attic.
Yeah. Inside of the attic is a little more than a swirl of Ashley, you corrected me on this before. Detritus?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Detritus? Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. But yeah, other than that, there's just a bunch of like skeletal remains of like smaller animals like raccoons and squirrels and stuff like that. So
Oh, it's been feasting on poor wildlife. I come back downstairs and I'm like, yep, let's just torch the place. Grab all of the magical accoutrement, the deed to the property, Maybe drag zombie lady and the bear inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Just put it all down to the ground.
Track the dead bodies inside. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, how big of a bear is this? This is gonna
Yeah,
take.
I was gonna say
Just a brown
Irene.
bear.
Oh,
It's a large bear.
It's not a grizzly though. It's like a brown bear. Like I bet with the what? There's 5 of us left.
Yep.
I'm tied up.
Well,
Yeah. Butcher's out of commission. Reasonably
there's 4
so.
able-bodied people to pull the bear
Wait.
in.
Sure. Yeah.
I gotta.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Butcher.
I was just gonna say, so Butcher's kind of like coming to at this point. And he's like, "Hey, what is this? What are you doing? What you? Is that a bear? What's going on?"
It was a bear.
It's a zombie.
The zombear. Well, it was a zombear. Now it's just a hunk of meat.
Also, this is the body of our
I could use
friend
that.
Jake that you murdered.
Friend
What?
is a strong word. We
Yeah,
just met
you're
him.
like, I'm gonna kill you. Bring back my wife, Satan. And now
What?
we're
What?
gonna send you to your dark master.
He is totally confused.
Burning the house with Butcher in it.
And yeah, that's where we're burning the butcher, the bear.
Wait.
We're
Wait,
not
no, leave
burning
me
the
alone.
Butcher.
Butcher, all right.
All right, Dan. No fun. So we take him to the cops. Is that what we're doing? One thing I can't go with you for that
the
errand.
homeless man's body? Because if we're burning the homeless man's body, then why are we, why are we taking Butchers to the cops? And then it's
I don't
like, well,
think
why
we
is there a
take Butcher to
fire?
the
And then there's a
cops.
whole lot of questions.
Just burn all the evidence.
Yeah, we're gonna burn all the evidence. They're gonna be like, well, all right, well, where's the body? Like we're gonna be basically turning this man into the cops and be like, yeah, we saw him kill a guy. All right, well, who'd he kill? Where's the body? There's gonna be a lot of questions, a lot of unsubstantiated stuff.
Burn Butcher
Right.
too. Then
Where's the body? Oh, it's in this giant structure fire we created. Yeah, it's not a good idea.
just burn Butcher too. Nobody will know but you guys.
Oh,
He could be reunited with his wife.
Oh man.
he can do that on his own terms. We're not doing it for him. We're not as bad.
You did hear. Now, I'm not necessarily just telling you to kill my character off, but you did hear that the monsters told me to keep worshiping him. So, well, I assume you heard
That
that.
is the point.
Yeah.
So I could bring the monster back myself. So I am a liability, but
What's you on?
I got a gun. We can shoot him right now.
I want no part in this, and this is my property.
All right.
oh, thank God.
So you're leaving the house and burning Red Jake, the zombie, the dead bear, and the legs that remains of the poor old woman who got shot up, right?
And the whole house.
And the whole house, yeah.
And the barn.
And the barn, sure. So you guys,
We take the magical accoutrement with us, though.
you guys exit out of your house and return to your car, watching the old house and the barn light up, covering up the old deeds, the old misfortunes that happened there. But tonight, you can rest well, knowing that Rupert Merriweather's final wish has been carried out, and that all the souls that were involved in that dreadful night years ago that unleashed the monster within have been put to rest. Yeah. And with that, the monster's name was called a lurker, and it was banished, means that each participating investigator receives a sanity award of 1d10 plus 1 sanity points. So add that to your current totals for your sanity. On top of that, go ahead and start. Oh, it's +1, so 1d10 +1. So you actually
Yay, 2.
Does that able to like go above the starting value, or?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You're just like extra mentally healthy than you normally are. Just really well
Yeah, I get it.
adjusted.
You're all confident and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, actually, that's okay. You know what? I only could go up to 2 anyway. I didn't lose that much sanity the whole time, so I have full sanity.
But yeah, that's the end of the second adventure included in the starter set. That is called The Edge of Darkness. So you guys solved it. Basically, Rupert asked you to go to this old farmhouse and perform a ritual to send this creature back, and you guys did so successfully. How hurt did everybody get? Because it seems like only like the acid did some damage to you guys.
Yeah, just 1 point of damage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I took 2
points.
I took 2.
If I'm going to be honest, I got really scared because at one point you guys were about to poke your head up into the attic before you had found the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And remember how Jake took 1d6 or 1d8 plus 1d6 damage?
Yeah.
That's how much you guys also would have taken.
Nice.
Oh, good thing we didn't go up there.
Yeah, like immediately. It's like you guys dodge and like to only take 1d3, or you don't dodge, you take that damage, and then you take the 1d3 for falling backwards onto the ground. So,
Wow,
yeah.
could have killed us.
Yeah. So
right.
you guys got very lucky. Also a lot of the ritual and stuff like that. The reason why I was keeping track of magic points is because you guys have to hit a certain threshold, and with more of you chanting and participating in it, the quicker things move. So that's why that went by like that.
Yeah.
Magic
Nice.
points total did we end up spending?
More than the required amount. It was only 8 required, so.
Recovered luck. Oh, recovered luck.
I think individually it was like 2 1/3 or 2/3 or something.
Yep. So you guys were good. But yeah. So that's the end of the adventure and such like that. If anybody has any questions, any of our watchers, please post them about Call of Cthulhu. This was our first playthrough of Call of Cthulhu, and to all of my investigators, can you guys let me know after you're done increasing your skills and everything? Let me know your thoughts on Call of Cthulhu. What would you kind of like about it? Was there anything that you think could have been improved upon, or that you would have done differently if you were playing, and so on and so forth? I can lead off. I really like the mystery aspect to this. I read there are 3 little adventures included in the starter set. I liked how they're like small adventures, but they can be kind of packed. Like we took 3 sessions to do this, but easily you guys, if you just like streamlined it to the farmhouse and did that, I think you could have easily done it in like 1 session, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah,
but it does.
we also
really...
could have down. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. But like it like really rewards you for like doing extra research and finding more out. But what were you gonna say, Justin?
Oh, I was gonna say like this could have really actually been kind of drawn out if we wanted to do it that way. Like we would have had to hightail it down to New Orleans, done a whole bunch of digging around in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Especially with some of that, they're like, I gotta go to New Orleans and talk to, I don't know, whoever.
Got to find out about Marin Allen. Yeah.
There were other people that were getting introduced, and we were like, "Now let's just seal this thing up." Also, I learned I did the damage a little wrong, but how much did you say? How much damage did you say the zombie took?
Oh,
how much
health? 7 health. Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, all right. So even if you took my lowest 3 damage rolls and added in the base damage from the Tommy gun, it would have been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Full auto is a little complicated. You can burst fire, and then you're kind of capped out at 3 damage dice. Or you can just let the whole clip go, in which case you actually take penalty die. Yeah, so there's like a whole. I was reading that again, but again, this is one of those things where we goofed, but the end result really wouldn't have changed very much, or at all.
That is interesting, and I like that because a lot of stuff in Call of Cthulhu, like it is definitely more complicated with those things you're talking about. Like, oh, you got to look into like, oh, full auto or burst and like the different weapon types. But then like if you think about it, like penalty dice for going full auto, it's like, well, you're less controlled firing a full auto gun than burst with the recoil and stuff. So it's very
That's
flavorful.
precisely what they. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
precisely the reason why they do that is because like the recoil from your automatic weapon is kind of screwing up your aim. So with each subsequent round of damage that you do, so I could have done 7 volleys, and then that would have used up like X amount of bullets. So it would have been 21 bullets in total. But each volley, after the first, I would have had a total of 6 penalty die on that last attack. Which, I mean, at that point you're guaranteed not to hit anything unless you're firing at, like which is also kind of cool because if you're firing at something really big, the penalty dice don't really matter as much because you actually get bonus die based on how much larger the creature is than you.
Yeah, it's just opens a lot of flavor to how you play, right, in the game, and of course with that, like it's needed for game design purposes too, but for balance. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, there's also rules about suppressing fire, so if you want to like just kind of shoot 1,000,000 bullets in kind of a 60-degree arc, you're totally allowed to do that. There's cool rules about that. We didn't need to do those. They're a little more complicated. But yeah, again, the degree of specificity that you get in this game, where the rules really kind of back up what you're doing. And I like the rules heavy element. I know that people really kind of like certain other role-playing games because it's a lot more freeform. A lot more up to the game master. But when you have all these rules to kind of fall back on, you can make sure that you're keeping the game really, really balanced because the designers have put a lot of forethought into making sure this all works well together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the spookiness. Love the spook.
Ooh. Yeah, how'd you guys feel about the ritual and dispelling the lurker and everything?
Super
Pretty
cool,
sweet.
super interesting. I was definitely a little nervous when it was 10 o'clock and we'd been doing it for 2 hours and nothing happened. And I was glad that you mentioned there was like a check to see, well, how else do we find out more information?
Yeah, I like that idea, just kind of like intelligence check to kind of be like, I wonder if I can come up with something type deal. So, especially
it's a good way to get like a clue from the DM.
Yeah, especially if you have like an intelligent character, that makes sense for them just to be like, wait a second, I got a solution for this.
Yeah, idea roll is a lot of fun. And really also helps. I think one of the cool things is that it helps speed up the game if you kind of get stuck, so you don't have to spend forever trying to figure out a solution.
Yeah, you really need a mechanic like that when you're dealing with like mysteries and stuff.
Yeah,
because sometimes like the players either they'll just miss something, they can't see something, or something wasn't explained well, and you kind of need an out where it's just like, okay, here's the hint button that you click and let's keep going.
Which I do want to mention, I don't think it does mention in the journal at all that it has to be performed at midnight. I noticed as I was reading through, like it says that several times to me as the keeper, like, hey, it has to start at midnight. It has to start at midnight. But I'm like looking back at the clues in the journals. I'm just like, I don't think it ever mentioned that it needed to start at midnight.
I don't know. There's 2 handouts we didn't get. Was it in those? Maybe?
Right. So I'll show that to you guys now. So that was what Ashley what Irene was able to get from the New Orleans police.
It just never got there.
Oh, just
in
didn't
time
get
before
there
we
fast.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and then the last one was a translation of the
went.
sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah, interesting. I would have to like control F and like actually look, but I don't think it
Mhm.
mentioned midnight anywhere.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe it said something more cryptic, like, the location of the moon or in the sky or something like that, right? But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
well, anyways, that's why I just had you guys do. I had you do like an occult check to be like, oh, well, rituals usually start at midnight. We should do it at midnight.
That's fair.
But yeah. So essentially, how that ritual kind of worked out is it specifically stated that it needed 8 magic points to like perform the ritual, and it takes one person normally like 2 hours to perform it. But it does say like, hey, if you have multiple people chanting, and as long as nobody breaks like the chant, then it can be performed quicker. And you guys had like 5 people chanting at all times, so that just made it go like much quicker. But one of the things was too is that the sigils, and I think this is good, especially for like a first time playing, the sigils on the outside of the house prevent any of the creatures from entering into the house. So that's why the bear didn't go in, or the zombie didn't go in, and they
Gotcha.
threw like a rock. So that's what was going on with that as well.
Okay. Yeah, so I was confused because Dalton made a good point where, like, I wasn't sure if the sigils, like, broke after the last person died, or if that was just related to the actual monster itself, right?
Yeah. So that's the funny thing. That was a red herring. The whole like, it will break free if like the last person dies. None of that was true. That was just
Right,
like,
because they've been wrong about
Yeah.
everything else about the thing so far. So why wouldn't
Yeah.
that also be
yeah.
incorrect?
It just like lived in the attic. It just couldn't go into the main house because of the sigils.
But it could leave
And
the
it just-
entire time.
It would. What's that?
It could leave the entire time. It was just off doing
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, that's why it killed like a bunch of animals, and that's why it killed Maggie McFurter, which was the one girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because it like broke out and like it was chasing Red Jake, but then like heard her and went after her and killed her. So
But it was just a djinn just chilling in this house for the last 60 years.
it was a lurker. It wasn't a djinn.
Whatever.
It was a mass of maws and talons.
It didn't.
But
It
yeah.
just didn't feel like leaving. It was comfortable here.
Yeah, just chilled here.
Okay.
Marion Allen died a very gruesome death.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So that's an adventure hook. That's if you guys investigate that. That's like it specifically says in here. It's like, hey, if they want to go check this out, like come up with a new adventure for them for cultists and stuff like that. So
Do the other things link together? Like the other 2 adventures in the starter kit? Do they link, or are they pretty separate?
the first one's pretty separate, but the last one, which is Dead Man Stomp, the tie-in is like if you want to find out more about the sarcophagus, like you could find an expert who decides to meet you in a bar in Harlem. So he basically is just like, hey, meet me here, and you guys are there waiting for him at the bar. So, and that's the beginning of the adventure.
I think
Oh,
that's
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
Definitely got like it vibes where, it could come back, right? So
Right.
like being able to continue that if those characters survived, it would be cool.
hmm And that's like, that's like the overarching things of like if your characters are still alive throughout their certain things is like, all of a sudden, whoa, what about cultists who worship this like lurker type creature, and what if they start coming after you guys and such? So
Although Butcher might be standing trial now, so
no, you burned the evidence.
yeah, but that's true.
Is anybody gonna turn him in?
I think he'll
Well,
do the
is
right
that if
thing.
we
You're
turn
pretty-
in
you're
Butcher,
you can
we
be
turn
pretty
in
confident.
Leo.
Huh? What? Who's turning in Leo?
If we turn in Butcher, we turn in Leo.
Why? What did Leo do?
Leo did nothing.
Leo
saved
also
everyone's
went-
It's
butts.
pretty mild compared to me killing a hobo.
Yeah, he hit a professor that was being a dick. That's way different than murdering someone.
Yeah.
I guess like
Everybody's
I don't know,
got
is
it
the
out for
professor
Butcher except for Irene.
Oh, thank you, Irene.
All right. Well, how about this? That's basically the end of our stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Next week we're gonna do kind of like a more of a post breakdown of Call of Cthulhu with more of our detailed thoughts. Specifically, we're going to be going over Chase Rules 2 because we messed up a little bit on that, but we're going to go over it next week and just kind of explain it more in detail, just because, especially with tabletop RPGs, there's so much to learn and stuff like that, and we're definitely going to get more things wrong, but we want to cover that and make sure we get it right next week, and just kind of talk more about just like our thoughts overall about the mystery and about what we kind of like about Call of Cthulhu. So tune in next week for that. The following week on the 30th, we are going to be playing a one-shot of what's called Frankenstein's Monsters or Frankenstein's Failed Creations. I believe that's what it's called. And so that's going to be fun. Yeah, Frankenstein's Failed Experiments is what it's called. So that's going to be our one-shot on Sunday. So it might not be our full 3-hour stream, but we'll have some fun with it. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm really glad that we got to try out Call of Cthulhu for this kind of spooky season. So thanks everybody for playing.
Yeah,
Great.
thank you also to C Plus Content for the raid earlier. That was really cool. Really appreciate that and appreciate all the first time viewers if you guys are still around.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
I really
thank you.
do.
Thanks, everyone.
We're trying to
To-
do oh, sorry, go
Oh
ahead.
no, I was just gonna say today we used the Call of Cthulhu starter set. I believe we're playing with the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu. Is that right?
Mhm.
And then we also used Roll20 as our online platform and Hero Forge to create our character tokens. So thank you to all of those resources.
Woo!
Christian, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, yeah, definitely give us a follow if you want to see a lot more TTRPGs. We're going through a lot and learning them, and you can learn with us. So
Yeah. And if you missed any of our streams, you of course can check out our YouTube channel as well under the same name. We post our full streams as well as highlights. So
And don't forget to check us out on TikTok and Instagram at the ABCs of RPGs, where we post fun little videos that we make using our minis in Hero Forge, which you can look forward to some new clips coming soon.
yeah, we got some really funny moments on those clips and things. So
yeah, I love it.
it's good stuff.
Well, that's cool. Well, I think that's it for today. So thanks for tuning in.